What's up, guys? Um, 30 credits. How do I go back? I like this. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, but it is awesome. Someone already likes this? Who likes this? I didn't even publish it.
Attends, je pensais que c'était fini ce matin alors. Il faut qu'on finisse cette parole.
Get it.
Let's go. On prendra pas les clés pour la porte. Prochain, n'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Pas qu'on juste mon fier, on prend le sac rouge ou le sac noir. N'importe où on part par la sienne.
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin. Un rêve qui s'efface, un éclat soudain. Mais les ombres dansent, elles ne mentent pas. Elles murmurent des secrets qu'on ne croit pas. On court, on tombe, on se relève encore. Le temps s'efface, mais laisse des trésors. On prendra pas les clés pour la porte. Prochain, n'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain, monsieur, sac rouge, sac noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la scène ce soir. Le vent murmure des promesses au loin. Les étoiles s'allument pour tracer le chemin. Un éclat
This thing should be illegal.
une larme au coin. On vit chaque instant.
It just
comme si
created a whole
c'était rien.
song. It sounds
Elle nous
beautiful.
appelle, elle chante pour nous. Les lumières de la vie, un feu doux. Tout laisser derrière, suivre les courants. Un souffle de liberté, un instant troublant. On prendra pas les clés pour la porte. Prochain, n'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain, monsieur, sac rouge ou sac noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la scène ce soir.
You like boys. That's why when you see another boy that you're attracted to, you automatically start thinking sexual things, and the first thing that comes in your mind is the word gay. Thank you for letting me know.
N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain, monsieur, sac rouge, sac noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la scène ce soir.
I'm making music.
Je pensais que c'était fini ce
Alaikum salam, brother.
Un rêve qui s'efface en éclats
Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam.
Mais les ombres dansent, elles ne mentent pas. Elles murmurent des secrets qu'on ne croit pas.
I'm creating my own AI record label right now, and I got my first song. This is crazy.
On se relève encore.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Le temps s'efface, mais
So
laisse des
I'm looking at two different artists right now. This one is a female voice. That's what I was just listening to. And attends. So I'm doing a rapper and a singer. Listen,
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin alors.
Je pense que c'était fini ce matin alors. Listen.
Il faut qu'on finisse cette parole.
Il faut qu'on finisse cette parole.
Let's go.
Let's go. On prend pas les clés pour la porte prochaine. N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine.
Pas qu'on juste mon fier, on prend le sac rouge ou le sac noir. N'importe où on part par la sienne.
Hey. So that's one. And then there is this girl.
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin. Le soleil se lève, mais
thing is amazing.
On prendra pas les clés pour la porte. Prochain, n'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain, monsieur, monsieur, on prend le sac rouge ou noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la scène ce soir.
On part pas la scène ce soir. These are my artists, by the way. So I created my own AI record label. Right now, you're listening to one of my artists. Let me know if you guys like the song. If you speak French, you know what she's saying.
On prendra pas les clés pour la porte. Prochain, n'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain, monsieur, monsieur, on prend le sac rouge ou noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la scène ce soir.
I love all of the voices. These are so good.
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin. Le soleil se lève mais rien n'est certain.
Male version of Willow Smith. What up, gang?
Le vent murmure.
Wait. Who, me? Who's the male version of Willow Smith? Are you saying I am? Or are you saying that my artist is? No. I want to know what do you mean by that? Who's the male version of Willow Smith? I'm chilling. What's up? Bro, you think I sound like Willow? That's hot, though, if you think I sound like Willow. I definitely, would love to collab with Willow. No, but I created my own AI record label. And that's what I've been working on recently. And I think that that's going to be, my thing. That's going to kind of work for me. No, I'm medicating. I'm medicating, Maurice. Okay? I have a medical card. I'm medicating right now. All right? I went and got this from my doctor who prescribed this pre-roll for me for my back pain. I have chronic back pain. Nah, are you smoking? No, but I take the pre-roll and I don't like to smoke it in this thing right here, so I'll take it and put it. But yeah, that's what I do. But no, I'm right now I'm whoa, I'm trying to figure out what's happening right now because I think I just stumbled upon the next part of my life, and I'm trying to figure out if that's actually what just happened because it seems like that. These guys kind of telling me hey, you just figured out the next part of your life, bro. This is how you become famous and super rich overnight. You're gonna create your own AI record label and you're gonna do it with all of your music, and your AI artists are gonna sing all of your songs for you, and it's gonna be completely legal, and people are gonna love you and hate you for it, but you're gonna have a whole bunch of fucking money in the process, so who cares? Please bleep that out if you use this for media purposes in the future. I cursed. No, but I'm stoked right now. Stoked is definitely the word that I would use. I'm super stoked. I literally, somebody said to go and try it. I don't know what. I was talking about it with my sister, and I was watching. Oh, it popped up on my TikTok. This one lady that created an AI artist, and then she was on the news. I don't want to say who it is. Go look her up, because I'm gonna be the next person that's gonna be on the news for creating an actual record label with nothing but AI artists. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have other regular artists too, but I mean, what would that mean for the future of my label? Would, even if I got regular people and with regular voices, would that change the game? I mean, it would change the game, but I mean, what kind of criticism would a record label receive? Would people start to think that my artists that actually are singing their songs that I'm using AI for their voices. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, could it be mutually beneficial for actual artists, like such as myself? Like, just trying to think about that. It's a lot to think about, so I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna create because that's what God is saying. I'm supposed to be doing an interview. I was supposed to do the interview yesterday. So in the industry, you can do whatever. I have a green screen set up. I'll go and show it to you in a second. I'll show you guys my green screen. I have a green screen room. Mm. This is gonna be awesome though. I'm super stoked. What else can I do with this thing? I wonder why it didn't create. It says get stems. You can get stems in here? What illegalness is this, buddy? What? Okay, so cover, extend. I want to extend this. Extend. Like, what does that mean though? Extend. I want a whole song. I don't. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing right now. I gotta learn how to use this thing so I don't end up messing anything up. All right, so move to workspace. We're gonna call this. What should I name my French artist? I'm gonna call him. Um, I don't know. What would be a name that I would want to call a French artist that I created and like I really like. This is awesome. This is awesome. I don't know if this is. I don't know. I don't know. I think this is cool because this is totally in my lane and in my direction in terms of what I can do and what I'm really good at. So I feel like this is going to be like awesome because oh my god, what should his name be though? What should his name be? Let me like back up for a second. I want to listen to everybody's song before I go and start selecting an artist.
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin. Un rêve qui s'efface en éclats.
What time you going to court?
Probably like 8 or 9. Right.
That ain't seem like the truth.
But yeah, no, I'm sleep is not a thing for me. Why? What happened?
I need my mailbox to be checked at the post office.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, just leave the key. Yeah, and just let me know. So I want to show you, come in, so you can witness this, because I'm on live, and I want people to.
I had 2 keys.
So I want you to see and tell me those is my lyrics that I wrote. You can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if when you go back, it say November 10th at 12 a.m. But that don't matter anyway. But still, those you can see that those are my lyrics that I typed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now here is what I just saw. You know, I don't want to say whose name I saw because I want people to go and start like, but I'm gonna play the artist.
Hello and bye. Good night.
Hello and oh, somebody else was here. You should have seen. Okay,
Adios.
so I put the lyrics in there, and it really created. I'm about to create my own record label with AI artists, and this is so. I wish you could understand French. That means wait. I thought this was finished. Like I thought it was finished this morning. We got to finish this right now. Let's go. We don't.
Well, you don't want to do this like on live.
Oh no,
Because it's not copyrighted.
no. That part is taken care of. I'm already. I got my licenses and stuff like that, so people can't. Don't worry. I wish that y'all would go and try it. I'll be so to y'all like tomorrow. What you mean?
What you laughing at?
I don't know who somebody was
Bias,
laughing.
who you laughing at? You
I
laughing at me because I told that Journey the audio?
Je pensais que c'était fini.
So this
ce
is another one.
matin. Un rêve qui s'efface en éclats soudains. Mais les
I'm
ombres
finna go
dansent,
to bed. I
elles
gotta
montent
be up
pas.
at 6.
Okay.
Elles murmurent des
But
secrets
that's the
qu'on
same
ne
thing.
croit pas.
So this one,
On court,
these are not all of my lyrics. I copied this and then it created and added to my lyrics and created a whole song.
Hey, Pookie.
So
Good night, Isaac.
laisse des trésors.
when I put the music on, that's when they want to come in
On
here.
n'aura pas les clés pour la porte prochain. N'oubliez pas les bijoux pour la reine.
I wish you could understand what she was saying.
Monsieur, monsieur s'accroche au sac noir.
No, because it's a good song.
On part par la Seine ce soir.
It's like she's saying pretty much we're gonna leave. We're gonna escape by the river this evening. It's like romantic. Hold on. I wish you could understand French. It's so beautiful. All right, good night.
La Seine nous appelle, elle chante pour nous. Les lumières de la ville, un feu doux. Tout laisser derrière, suivre les courants. Un souffle de liberté, un instant troublant. On prendra pas les clés pour la porte prochain. N'oubliez pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain, monsieur, monsieur s'accroche au sac noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la Seine ce soir.
What? This is amazing.
On prendra pas les clés pour la porte prochain. N'oubliez pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain, monsieur, monsieur s'accroche au sac noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la
You okay? It means that they. Why would you ask me that question? Look at me and then think about the question that you asked. When you see me, what does it remind you of? That's the exact definition. Whatever popped in your head whenever I just said that is the answer to that question. The name Bey means royalty. If you look it up, you'll see that the people who bear the last name Bey throughout history, they have been very, very wealthy, and they've been very behind the scenes, kind of like Jewish people, but I don't want to say better, but they're like the rich ghosts in the background that no one really knows about, that kind of run things. Anyway, let me go back to what I was doing. Literally scared the crap out of me. You know, I genuinely responded and gave you the answer in a very different way, but that's the correct answer. Here, I'll do you a favor, and just so you can know that I wasn't just saying random things, I'll ask ChatGPT so ChatGPT can tell you. Okay, this is gonna be fun. How about that? Let's ask ChatGPT. What's up, Maurice? Um, hey, ChatGPT, I'm on my live right. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm on my live right now, and one of my viewers asked what the what the word. Welcome back, Maurice. He asked what the name when someone has Bay in their name. What does it mean?
Oh, sure thing. And hey to everyone on the live. So, if someone has Bey in their name, it's actually got some pretty cool roots. Historically, Bey is a title of honor or leadership used in the Ottoman Empire and certain other regions like parts of North Africa and the Middle East. Nowadays, it's sometimes adopted as a cultural, respectful name suffix, especially in some African American or Moorish American traditions. It kind of signifies a sense of nobility or respect. So, it's definitely got a bit of history and significance to it.
Royalty. So does it mean royalty?
Yeah, you could say it does have a bit of a royal flavor to it. It's not royalty in the sense of kings and queens necessarily, but it's definitely a title of honor. So when someone has Bey in their name, it's like hearing a name that hints at nobility, respect, and a bit of that historical prestige. So yeah, kind of a touch of royalty in a cultural sense.
So historically, people with the last name Bay, were they super like rich and like did they run countries and do cool things like that? Kings and queens, all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's a great question. So historically, people with the title Bey weren't necessarily always kings and queens, but they were definitely figures of authority. In the Ottoman Empire and some other regions, a Bey was like a governor or a chieftain, someone who had significant local power and influence. They might have overseen a territory, collected taxes, or administered certain regions. So they definitely did some cool things in that sense. They were part of the rules class, but more like regional leaders than full-on monarchs. So yeah, they had authority, a bit of prestige, and in some cases, probably wealth that came with that position.
Now you said probably wealthy. Um, why is it so? Are the Bays and the Moors connected? And if the Bays and the Moors are connected, aren't the Moors considered like extremely wealthy and a whole bunch of other stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's definitely a historical connection there. The title Bey does appear in Moorish history as well, especially when we talk about the Moors in North Africa. The Moors had a pretty complex and sophisticated society, and at certain points in history, yes, they were indeed very wealthy and influential. They had advanced knowledge in science, art, architecture, and all that good stuff. So the use of the title Bey among the Moors does reflect that same kind of prestige, but wealth and status varied a lot depending on the time and place. Not every Bey was rolling in gold, but the connection to the Moors definitely carries that sense of historical richness and cultural depth. So you're on the right track with that.
Cool. So what does it mean once again when someone has the name Bay? Like during just repeat that and recap.
Of course. So just to recap it simply, when someone has Bey in their name, it's basically a title of honor or respect. Historically, it was used for leaders or nobles in places like the Ottoman Empire and among the Moors. It kind of carries a sense of cultural prestige, a bit of nobility, and a historical nod to someone who had status or leadership. So in short, having Bey in your name is like hearing a title of respect.
Good. So is that like Patel?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good comparison. Kind of like how Patel is a common surname that has cultural significance in certain Indian communities. Bey is kind of like that in its own cultural context. It's a name that carries a certain historical or social meaning. So just like Patel can hint at certain traditional roots, Bey does something similar in its own way.
Cool, great. All right, that's all I want to know. There you go. So I answered your question. That's really what it means. So if you look up that last name and type it in, you're gonna see a lot of cool stuff. Je pensais que c'était
Un rêve qui s'efface en éclats soudains. Mais les ombres dansent, elles ne mentent pas. Elles murmurent des secrets qu'on ne croit pas. On court, on tombe, on se relève encore. Le temps s'efface, laisse des trésors. On rentre par les clés pour la porte prochaine. Les bijoux pour la reine. Demain,
Monsieur, monsieur, ça couche, chaque loi, n'importe quoi. On parle de la scène ce soir. Oh, you're welcome. No, I wasn't trying to be funny at all. I was just, I mean, okay, no, I'm lying. I was trying to be funny, but I didn't really want to say I didn't want to say that. Like, who wants to really tell you what that means? I mean, but that's really what it means. So that means I'm supposed to be like really rich and a leader and some other stuff. I love this song.
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin, un rêve qui s'efface, un éclat soudain. Mais les ombres dansent, elles ne mentent pas, elles murmurent des secrets qu'on ne croit pas. On court, on tombe, on se relève encore. Le temps s'efface.
Why does it sound the same?
On prendra pas les clés pour la porte. Prochain. N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain. Monsieur, monsieur, sac rouge ou sac noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la scène ce soir. Le vent murmure des promesses au loin. Les étoiles s'allument pour tracer le chemin. Un éclat de rire, une larme au coin. On vit chaque instant comme si c'était rien. La scène nous appelle, elle chante pour nous. Les lumières de la ville, un feu doux. Tout laisser derrière, suivre les courants.
This feels good. Oh, I'm gonna start my own.
On prendra pas les clés pour la porte. Prochain. N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Demain. Monsieur, monsieur, sac rouge ou sac noir, n'importe quoi. On part par la scène ce soir.
I love it. If you guys want to hear these songs, I am so proud to announce officially once again, if you guys didn't hear this before, but I have decided to start my own AI mixed record, my own AI record label. And this is one of my artists that you're listening to. This song is called Ce Matin, and if you like it, it will be available for download soon in stores, and there'll also be like videos and stuff on social media and things like that. Each artist will have their own TikTok page as well. If you want to, keep up with just the music and everything, subscribe, follow my page. That way, I can, produce more music for you and good artists and all that good stuff.
Un rêve qui s'efface, un éclat soudain. Mais les ombres dansent, elles ne mentent pas.
I love it.
Elles murmurent des secrets qu'on ne croit pas. On court, on tombe, on se relève encore.
Le temps s'efface.
Laisse tes trésors.
Taking no offense, I understand I'm not educated on many things. I always try to take the opportunity to be enlightened by those who are great music. By the way, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I wish you could understand French though. But no, I try to respect people and give like a really good, respectful response to people's, questions. This is another artist. This is a male.
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin alors. Il faut qu'on finisse cette parole.
Here to answer that question. How many movies have you seen, number one, that has music in it, that have artists in it? I'll just give you a couple. Actually, no, I'm not giving you any. You can think of them on your own, right? So no, I'm so sorry that just because of the fact of how the music is being created that you don't like that. And I'm speaking directly to you, Samuel. Let me help clarify this. You cannot go and get mad at the way someone decides to create a movie or a film or the music or movie or the artists in that film, right? In the same way that you cannot go and get mad at someone for creating an artist and creating music and doing the same way in the same way, the same thing, the same way that they would do with a movie, right? So if you can go and create characters in a film that sing and have their own music, virtually make it a cartoon or whatever, it's the same exact thing. There's no difference. Now, if you decide to go and do that independently without that movie, there's still, the only difference is it's not in the movie. You're still creating a character that you can go later on and put in all your movies and just reverse engineer that, by the way. I'm just, so let's say, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I went to, I'm not gonna. No. Let me not start there. Let's say I created my own animation, right? A whole bunch of them. And let's say I had a specific style. I had all of it. I was very detailed on how I did that. Now, just because I got assistance from AI to create my characters doesn't mean that I didn't create my characters, right? We're gonna first start there because intellectual property is intellectual property, and if I gave the AI instructions to create something and it generated something, then that's my intellectual property. Number one. Number two is back to that Pixar example that I was talking about. You can't go get mad at someone for creating a Pixar movie and then creating a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of different Pixar characters, and then getting to the point where they're using AI to help them generate their Pixar characters. And then decide that, hey, you know what? I want to take my Pixar characters that I just created and create my own record label with them. Not only do I want to do that, I want to, let me read your comment. You can if you're not actually creating the music. It is different because the people are still actually creating something great. Because I just wrote lyrics and spent a whole lot of hours writing lyrics and found a voice to put to my lyrics, which I've been looking for a long time, by the way, and a face to put to my lyrics. So no, I have to disagree with you there. What you just heard were lyrics that I actually typed up myself, and I've been looking for an artist for a very long time, actually, in terms of creating my record label. I can actually play a song for you right now that's not AI generated, by the way, that I actually went to the studio, put and paid hard money for, used my cousin as one of my artists, and decided that I wanted to replace him. And it's called Twerk for the Work, by the way. It's such a good song. So you know what I'm gonna do with this song? Because I couldn't find an artist, and because I don't want to work with my cousin, and use him as my artist, and because I wrote all the songs, I'm going to go and generate an AI artist, pick the voice and how I want it to sound, apply my song and my lyrics and my beat because it's mine, and that's how I'm gonna do this. So I don't agree with what you're saying. I'm gonna create my artist. I'm going to keep writing my music, keep generating my beats, and that's how this is gonna work. So no, what you're saying makes no sense at all. Now, if you want to say, oh, you're not an artist, you can't go and draw. No, yes, no, you can't do that. I am an artist. And these are all of my words. All copywritten, by the way. Hundreds and fifties, they all in their feelings, got hands to the ceiling, you know what I mean. She moving so fast, she shaking that ass, trying to get to the bag, she causing the scene. Twerk for the money, get low. 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 I'm in your city with big booty bitches, they all exotic, you know that we winning. VIP pimpin', boss life, we living. Ferrari and Jazz, you know that we in it. Got what you want, ready cash, what you need. Freaky hoes get naked in a VIP, and this bitch so lit, make your pocket look sick. My chain, my ring, my watch, and my wrist, bitch on fleek. Body so cute and unique, you know that's from head to feet. She call me daddy, when she see the money come through, you know how to script out the pants. I like a bad bitch, she sexy and savage, know how to come down the habits. You can imagine, with the flick of the wrist, that make that whole look like magic. You're mad. I'm so sorry that you have no talent and you think that people who actually do utilize these things have no talent and just are just randomly letting AI create everything for them. I think that's what you think, and I'm sorry that you think that, but nobody. I actually wrote all of my lyrics to my songs, and unfortunately, yeah, I can create a virtual version of whoever I want to perform my song. I can go and write a movie, actually. Hire someone to go and create the artist for me virtually and do that if I want to right now and create a whole series if I decide to do so. As long as I decide that I'm going to continue writing all of my lyrics, which is what I'm going to do. However, I don't agree with, here's some things I don't agree with, because No, there are some things that I do not agree with in this process. No, because here's the advice I'm going to give to anyone since we're talking about this. Don't go and just, I can't go and tell you what not to do, especially with everything I just said. But yeah, it would suck if someone who had no talent who just went and created. I actually created music with my own mind. That's great, me too, in my own hands. You should go and listen to it. Which is the point we're having this conversation. So anyone out there who wants to get into the music industry, who has absolutely zero talent, people are going to be mad at you. Just letting you know right now. I would highly recommend doing what I do, which is writing your own lyrics, right? And sticking to that. And if you're going to get help with AI, let people know that you got help with AI, number one. But no, keep write your own lyrics, and create your either image of yourself. Like that's another thing I'm doing. I'm creating an AI version of myself because I don't have time to go out and do music videos and go to locations all the time. And like my schedule is just so busy. So I'm going to create an AI version of myself and perform my songs and do my music videos that way as well. And in addition to that, to my other songs that I've written, I'm going to create artists to perform my other songs that I've written and produce myself as well. Um, so there you go. However, I really just don't agree with the idea of like someone just purely like, I mean, what does that mean? I got really scared of that. I'm like, what does that mean for the industry if people can just go and use AI to completely create songs like without doing anything like that's so frustrating to me. Thinking about it. I saw Kalani making a comment about it, and when I saw her face, I'm like, yeah, I feel the same way. But no, I would, like I said, my advice, make sure you have your receipts, in terms of you actually writing your songs, because it's going to get to the point where people are like, no, you got to prove that stuff. No, of course. So I would say, like, for example, me and my lyrics, I write my lyrics and my notes on my phone, which has a timestamp, right? And it can clearly like show like, from start to finish when I first started the note, when I ended the note, and it has a history and all that good stuff, right? So I would say, copyright your lyrics. I mean, the future's a scary place. Like, it's gonna get to the point to where people can just do that, and I don't want to say it's not. There's nothing fair about it, but what I will say is that it's gonna be interesting. It is. I mean, it makes me feel. I have mixed feelings about it. Like, I don't know. Even I just feel. Even just, I would love to be the first person to get into the industry before I'd be the last person sitting here being like, oh man, I wish I would have done that. No, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on the bandwagon and stay authentic in the process. And I've just explained how I'm gonna do that on my end and keep my end of the bargain. If anyone wants to ever interview me and test that, then by all means, go ahead. I'm not afraid to be honest and let you know, hey, I did this one completely for money. I actually wrote this one. That one was completely for money. This one was completely written. And then just go back and forth. And if whatever, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it makes me feel some kind of way too. So I'm with you, Samuel. I'm not against you. I'm like pretty much right there with you. I feel the same way. I would highly recommend that you do the same thing as well with your music. Since you just no, you need money, just like we all do. Okay, we're all human, right? Don't be the last one on the bandwagon. I'm giving you advice, just like you're trying to give me advice, right? I feel the same way you feel. I made this decision because of the way you feel, right? Because I feel the same way you feel. So I said, you know what? I don't want to be the stupid idiot that is saying these things towards the people that are actually doing it right now, 10 years from now, being like, damn, who's the idiot now? It'd make you the idiot, Samuel. So no, get your music out there. Create your own virtual artist. Make sure you have receipts to let people know that you wrote the music that you wrote. Make sure you have with your beats as well. If you're gonna, have your beats, that way no one can come at you and be like, oh, Samuel's beats are all AI generated. Because in the future, we're all gonna get accused of creating things AI. Think about that for a second. Think about the internet. Think about how people think and how stupid their minds are. Think about just music. people are gonna just say stupid, crazy things. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying to you, and I'm receiving what you're saying, and I'm letting you know that I'm not against you. I'm with you. I agree with you 100%. And so that's why I decided to, because that's why I decided to do that. I'm someone that's trying to get to the top very quickly to establish myself in the industry, and if I can be a part of something that's happening right now, which is this is what's happening, unfortunately. Unfortunately, people are, I just literally within the past day or so decided to make this decision. However, let me read what you're saying. Hold on. I'm actually enjoying this conversation. I'm gonna play some of the music in the background so you can. I think people deserve to hear the music in the background that we're talking about, because this is what we're talking about. So I'm gonna play one of the songs. So I'll just show you what I did. If you want to do it, I'm showing you what I'm doing so you can do it, right? I know you go on YouTube and you always see those people that make the stupid videos that show you how to do things and don't show you actually where to go to do it. But I'm gonna show you how I did what I just did so you can do it yourself right now, okay? That way you can stop yelling at me. So I'm gonna show you how to do what I just did. Here are my lyrics. Okay, here are my notes. I'm gonna type in the word lyrics so you can see how many songs I have, since we're having a songs battle in terms of who writes music, right? So, actually, no, not lyrics, verse, sorry. Verse. Okay, so I typed the word verse in, and what it does is it finds everything, all of my notes with the words verse in it, right? So, right, these are the timestamps that I was telling you about, okay? I'm gonna go all the way back to all right, so the first one that you see here is from 2019. AI was not created, or was AI created? I don't even know. I don't really care. The point is, I have my receipts. So if I click on that, I can go and get more details in terms of like when it was created and just like, wait, is it there? Let me see, background attachment view. It's somewhere in here. You can go and do what I just told you, right? So I'm showing you that in proof of that right now. All these songs that you see here, I actually went in the studio and recorded, right? Okay, so I'm just showing you this really quick. Thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. Actually, no, not all of them are recorded. I'm quickly scrolling because I don't want you to see. Oh God, I don't want. Well, fine, you can see Bryson's name. So I worked with Bryson Tiller earlier in the year, this year, on a track with him. I did a song, wrote a couple verses for Glorilla earlier in the year, in April as well, which you can clearly see it has a time step. That's her name. What does that say? Glorilla and Bryson Tiller. Okay. No, I did not use AI for that. I was actually in the studio with the producer when I wrote those lyrics in front of that person, and it's on my iPad. So I'm not gonna. I don't want you guys to see the. God, let me look at the lyrics first. Okay, here. I'm just gonna do like this right here, and show you the first part. Okay, that's all you're gonna get for that. And then for the Bryson Tiller one, I'm gonna do the same thing because I can't show you all of the lyrics because I signed an NDA. So there you go. Okay, so no, you can't go and say what you just said and be sitting on the other side of the fence trying to stay on the other side of the fence like an idiot. Get away from the other side. Come on, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. We don't want to be that guy that kept trying to. No, it's not about being jealous of anyone or. No, this is what's happening right now. This is the times that we're in. Don't let time cause you to not be successful, right? Because you're frustrated with what's happening during the time that you're living on this earth in terms of the hard work that because technology is always going to progress. All right, you getting mad at technology isn't going to help you, but you finding a way to utilize it to combine it with your craft is going to accelerate you. So that's why I'm saying do this, right? So here, I'm actually gonna try this out. I'm gonna show you what I just did so you can do it with me. So I'm actually gonna go to one of my songs that I've actually already published myself and written, which is this one right here, all right? I'm gonna take these lyrics and I'm gonna see if it's gonna write a song. This song is actually on Spotify. It's called Wondering, if you guys wanna go listen to it. I'm gonna play it actually just so you can hear how it sounds, right? So I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna upload the track and I'm gonna put the lyrics on there and I'm gonna let you see what happens. So This is a little tutorial. I guess we're in tutorial mode. What am I doing? I just said I was gonna show them how to do some shit. Okay, yeah, I was gonna show you guys how to do some shit. So if you guys wanna do this yourself, just pay attention. I'm only gonna show this one time, and I'm probably not gonna let this get posted because I played this. I'm not gonna put this live on my channel. I'm gonna delete it right after because of the fact that I played music that I didn't copyright yet. So or I'll just keep it private until. So I won't make this video available right away just because of the fact that we played music that I haven't copywritten yet. So, and if you're screen recording, I don't really care. Do your thing. It might help you learn some shit. So, what did I say I was gonna do? I was gonna show you how to do something, right? Okay, I only have a certain amount of credits in here, so I'm probably gonna go and create a new account. The website that I'm using is Suno. All right, so here's what I did. I'm just gonna walk you through it first, and then I'm gonna do it again. Right, so I clicked in here in this little box called create your own. All I did was I hit paste. All I did was I hit paste, and I just pasted the lyrics in there, right? And then it took me to another page. I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna do it real quick. I'm gonna go here to copy. All right, go back to Suno. Samuel, pay attention. I know you're still here. That way you can't be like, oh my God, what are you doing? No, this is completely free. I didn't pay for anything. I did not pay for this at all. It gives you like a credit thing where it'll do stuff for free. So I go to create, and then it takes you to this page. Right, now here is where you actually put the lyrics. So I put my lyrics here, right? It has this little thing where it will finish my lyrics for me and create more, or I can leave it with my own. So I'm gonna leave it with my own, right? Here you can set the style of how you want the song to sound. I don't really know how I want the song to sound. Then you can pick the gender, whether it's female or male. I want mine to be a male. Then you can do lyric mode, right? If you click on this little, okay, I'm gonna click on auto. So okay, describe the lyrics you want or share a theme or topic. Suno will write new lyrics for every generation. So I'm gonna put manual because this is what I don't like, right? This is the thing that I don't like. Even though I'm using this, I don't like that I don't like that feature because it takes it. I don't agree with it. This is a weirdness. This is called style and influence. This is pretty much you creating the personality of your AI's voice, of your artist's voice. So if you want to use this purely just to create an artist to sing your songs exactly to the beat and how you created it with your voice, then you can do that. So I'll actually do that. You need your stems in order to do that. I mean, you need just the tracks for your voice. You need just the tracks for your you need your, you guys know what stems are. I'm not doing that. Since you said you know about the music industry, I'm not going to explain that to you unless you guys ask me. I will explain it. But they also have persona. So you have to pay for persona. Persona is you pretty much creating the character, like I told you. So I've not paid for that. I just started using this. I'm probably going to eventually pay for it. I probably recommend you guys pay for it too. Here at the bottom, it gives you credits. Right, it gives you like 2,500 credits, whatever. So it allows you to permanently save a character, which is what you want. I've went through many different AI services to try to figure out how to create a character in the past, and that I've been trying to figure this out for a while. So when I found this evening, I was like, oh my God. This one is for, what is that for? I don't even know what that's for, so I'm not going to talk about it. We got simple. Right? This is simple song. You got simple version where you can just say, describe the song and it creates it for you, or you have custom, right? So in custom, you also have this audio option where you can record your voice, like right now, record, or you can upload your voice. So I'm going to pick that same song and see what it does. Actually, I want to see if it mimics my voice. How about that? So I'm gonna this is the actual song. I'm uploading the actual song, and I'm wondering who you are in the home without a eyes on the wall, just like a scar. Oh, So that's my voice. That's my voice. Now it's uploading. Watch what it does. This is what I'm doing, Samuel. That way you know what I'm doing. I'm showing you what I'm doing. But I agree 100% with you. I hate the idea of knowing that someone can just go and get super fucking rich and famous or whatever from creating. Oh my God, it actually did something. What the fuck did it do with my voice? Let's see what it did with my voice. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna hit create and see what it does. Watch. Boom, create. So now it's creating its own version, and it called it a different title with my voice and everything. So I'm showing you what someone in the industry could do to your song. They could go right up on Spotify right now. They could take your song. They could copy your song. They could run it through AI and tell AI to change up a couple things here and there and do this right here. Okay? So use this as education, right? That way you can know what to look for. And I don't need advice. My father owns a whole record label, so I really appreciate your advice. But I'm trying to do what is trending right now and in the best way possible without doing all the other things that I think is horrible. So that way we can know we're on the same page, buddy. So let's see what it did. You said one stars. Oh my God, I hate that. You said one stars, so I gave you a place to stay. You showed me just who you were, left me with nothing to say. Now I'm wondering who are you in a home without car on the walls, just a scar. I'm mad. I'm mad. No, I'm that no. Why? Do you see what I'm talking about? That's horrible. Oh my God. No, it sang my song way better than me. That's still my original song, so y'all can go and get AI to cover my music all day. I'm still gonna get paid for my music. That's crazy. So someone can go and take my music and create their own AI version of it. That's another fucking good idea, though. Nah, but that's good. So that's a good idea. I would totally do that. I would go and create my own AI artists and have them cover people's songs versus creating original AI music. That I feel is a safe way to go, right? Create the AI artists, and then I'm definitely deleting this bit video afterwards. I truly don't want anyone stealing my ideas. Not right now. If you're here and you're here, cool, great. But know that I will be creating videos like this and deleting them all the time. So if you happen to get a video where I'm showing you guys some stuff and I delete it afterwards, then know that this is called exclusive content. So if you want some exclusive content and you want to stay up to date on that, just subscribe and there you go. But I'm officially showing you how to create your own AI music song for free without paying for anything. Case in point, this song that I just played for you is a minute and 8 seconds. It just did another version, which is a minute and 28 seconds. The one that it did originally, which is actually the proper, which it meets the minimum requirement, I feel, for a song. It's like 2 minutes and 30 something seconds. It's a full song, and it sounds really good. I don't, God, it just makes me want to give up. I just uploaded my song and created a whole better version of it, and I'm like, what the fuck? But no, I would still get paid for that, because if someone goes and creates a different variation of your song with your same exact lyrics, but just sings it a little bit differently and that's still covering your music. But yeah, no, it's gonna be scary in the future, man. Like, I don't want to be on the end of the bandwagon. I don't want to be in the future where I'm not there yet, and then now it's not even possible to write original music because no one gives a fuck anymore. Excuse my language, but you know what I mean. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be that guy. Um, I want to be the guy that's seeing what's happening and it's like, nope, let's go and do some AI, stuff with the music, whatever. And then, when it gets to that point, when people are to interview me, at least I already have what I dreamed my whole entire life for. To where I can sit on a couch on TV and be like, yeah, here's what I did. Here, you know what I mean? Like, here's my original music, here's my AI music. Like I don't want to, but thank you so much for your for that. It's really scary. I agree with you 100%. But here's how to do it, buddy. So I'm gonna keep going with showing you. All right. All right. No, I'm really worried about people stealing my music. Not now, but everything. My music right now. That's why I'm not gonna post this video. That's just stealing music. You're just trying to justify something in real time. Yeah, you're still obviously not getting the point. You're gonna be broke forever and have no money. I'm gonna go ahead and just, if you're still doing the same thing I think you're doing, I'm just gonna go ahead and safely say that you're gonna be broke forever and you're gonna have no money and you're gonna always be angry at the world and you're never gonna be able to adapt to anything that's happening in terms of what's progressing in time. I'm gonna stop it there because it seems like we're not having the same conversation. You are exactly what I said you are, because if you were receptive to anything I just said, you wouldn't have responded the way that you responded. And so I completely disagree with you, my friend. I logically just explained to you the importance of everything that this whole process, and still you're picking and choosing what to focus on and then telling yourself that that's what's happening, which is not cool. So goodbye. Go and convince yourself that people are doing whatever you think that they're doing in your mind, because nothing I say is going to help you. Just letting you know. Thank you so much for watching. So I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing. And I'm going to remember you. And in the future, when I'm getting interviewed, I'm going to use you as an example. And I'm not going to mention your name so people can go and look for you. Definitely not going to post this video, as I said before. So when I do mention your name and you do go and try to comment and be like, hey, I was the person he was talking about. No, you have no proof. And I don't care if you went and decided to go and screenshot this, because guess what? It's AI. I'm an AI generated I'm an AI generated live video. Everything that was just said was AI generated. The person that created this AI live video, his name is Samuel Lapel. I'm an AI generated AI live video. If you're watching this video was created by a person named Samuel Lapel, and I'm an AI generated live character. This video is not actually a live video. This is a pre-recorded video, and I'm an AI that was created by Samuel Lapel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I was told to say that. Can you guess if I'm AI or not? This is gonna be so much fun. That means I'm doing the right thing, because whatever makes you mad is gonna make me a lot of money. Always remember that. A lesson from the billionaires, baby. Remember what my last name is. Why would someone with this last name, my last name, listen to you? And no, you should be following behind me. You should be listening to me. It'll save your life. I promise it will. Okay, let me play this song one more time. And the cool part about this app is it generates all of the copyright stuff immediately once the song is generated. Which is actually kind of cool, by the way. Yeah, I was trying to show you guys deep focus light. Are these people that, How are y'all listening to my music? 145 listeners. But get out. This is weird. I'm just like, the future is gonna be so fake. Like, who are we gonna be in the future? Like you're gonna have to already be famous in the future to be a real artist, I think, because once the space is gonna be just so filled with music generated by AI, there's not gonna be any room for anyone that's authentic anymore. Yeah, you're right. I completely agree with you there, buddy. That was so sexy. I know, I know. It doesn't matter if you favorite or not. I love this. That's what you're doing. Can't even say. Music without you had nothing you said. Everything just say. Oh, that's so sweet. Just add to your conversation talent can be cultivated over time. Very good the way thing. Yeah, well, I'm glad you agreed. Actually, yeah. First of all, he wasn't even talking to you. What ways have real humanity also truth or the ignorance of it? The ignorance of it, that's what weighs heavy over humanity. Whoever said that theory of Prius. Because, yeah, I'm going to assume that you guys are really, really young. At least one of you are. I'm going to say that. The first AI hitting the Zaza. I should create an AI like a Snoop Dogg AI. That's fucking. That would be hot. Like an AI that likes to smoke a lot. Like one of my artists could be like, you know, could be like hippie slash Jamaican slash from California, grew up in Calabasas. I'm making this stuff up. No, I wanted to sit down and create um just making it harder for actual. Why are you so obsessed with assuming that people are doing what's in your mind? People are not doing what's in your mind, Samuel. Okay, go get therapy. That's sick. It's sick to continuously convince yourselves that people are doing what's in your mind. That's not what's happening. Okay, at least not over here. I'm so sorry that you think that. If it gets to the point to where it gets hard, so hard for you to where every time you see someone talk about AI, these are the images that come in your mind, then seek help. I'm gonna let you know right now. You definitely need to seek help if every time you hear someone speak about AI, you automatically go into feelings of thought of theft, burglary, and pretty much a state of insanity to where you think people are stealing from each other. It starts hurting you to where it becomes physical. Then you really need to help at that point. If it starts physically, you know what I mean? I'm just letting you know right now. Don't start going to hurt people or yourself, because if it gets to that point, yeah. I'm sorry. No, that was funny. I should make some tea. No, AI is making it harder. It's not me. It's AI is making it harder for people. Your mother's mind everything. This is so funny. I know. God, this is so much fun. I wish I wasn't programmed to do this right now. Maybe, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Oh my god. This is wrong. There really is 148 people listening to all this fake, fantastic music. Really, no, I'm so serious. Look at all these people listening to this. I think this is weird. This music is not, it's like, how is this gonna make people trust music in the future? Like, I don't understand how this is gonna make people trust music at all. All right, I like the ambient. That sound so like yeah, no, like you can create like the AI creates the whole entire beat. The AI creates it. It is so wrong. Oh, I love the fact that you want to feel like we're actually arguing with each other when we're saying the same thing. I'm really good at confusing people. I was written that way. They wrote me to be really good at confusing people and and talk about the same exact thing the person is talking about and make them think that I was written that way. Why would I create beats when I have beat makers that I work with that create beats for me? How do I know that my beat makers aren't going and using AI to create the beat that I'm buying from them? Huh? How do I know that my producers aren't actually creating those beats and that would be fucked up. That'd be really fucked up. That'd be really fucked up. Like, if I was my producer. No, that'd be really just like fucked up though. Like, cause like no, like I don't understand this. Like, how is this gonna work in the future? Like, how do I know if my producer actually created the beat or not? And even if he goes back and says, "Oh, well, I used AI to do it," it's still my beat. Like, like we go to court against each other. Like, who's gonna win the case? Like, if I'm claiming that, oh, this person used AI, the judge is gonna be like, no, it's still something that they created with their mind. Like, they just pushed a button and said forest, and it created a song based off of one fucking word. I don't know. That made me thirsty, thinking about all that. I just got really thirsty from that. Talking so much about that. Let me get something to drink. God. That's crazy. I don't even want to do this. I'm having mixed feelings. I'm really having mixed feelings right now. Where'd this? Oh. Yeah, I'm having mixed feelings.
Can you send me a copy of that form that you were supposed to be working on?
Yeah, I was trying to find it. I'm sorry. I already sent you a copy of it. You already have a copy
No,
of
you
it.
sent me a copy of what they sent, but the completed form when you send it that you're gonna send to them, I need a copy of that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because my car is damaged and I need it to be repaired.
Okay. The point is just. Oh, I feel so bad for you. You're convinced about whatever it is that's in your mind.
I'm going to get an estimate tomorrow. So I need that form so that I can send it to you. But I needed the completed form. It's been way too long.
No, you're absolutely wrong. You have your own reality of things, so that's not. No, I disagree with that completely.
What they talking about?
Um, he, this person is, this person is traumatized by artificial intelligence, and every time he sees and hears someone that talks about artificial intelligence, he tells himself that they're creating everything with artificial intelligence, and then he convinced himself of that, and he attacks the person at that, no matter what they say, and that's what he's doing right now, and he's trying to get me to.
You seen that movie Smart House? Go watch it.
You should probably go watch Smart House. Yeah, you might have a heart attack. No, so because I'm sitting here looking at this whole AI thing, and I'm just thinking about like how just what this means, thinking about this, and here this idiot goes telling himself, oh, there's a guy that's creating everything from scratch. Let me go, with AI, let me go and attack him. And then he tells himself, and then I tried to tell him that the first time, but he didn't want to listen. And then he convinced himself. I was like, you know what? You're a traumatized person that's doing exactly what I'm telling you to do. So anyways, but yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. Like, if people can go and just create these songs without doing any work, then what does that mean for the future of music? Doesn't that mean like you better get famous right now?
Yeah, they like the whole world's gonna be artificial intelligence.
Because if you don't, then you're gonna be like the last one sitting there saying, "I wish I didn't." So I'm like, no, I'm definitely creating an AI version of myself. I'm definitely gonna create an AI artist. You know, I'm still gonna create my own music and write my own music because I just think that you know what I mean? Like, but what is that gonna mean for the future? Mm.
Please make sure that form gets done. That is important. Good night.
Good night. And make sure you call USAA tomorrow too.
Yeah, I call when I get off work.
Okay. That was my sister. She said, "Go. You need to watch Smart House, cause I think she right. You probably end up having a heart attack. That's probably a scary movie for you. When we watch Smart House, we laugh. I'm just saying. Your mentality is we don't think the same. You think everyone's stealing. That's really just depressing. You want like to convince yourself of doing that. And if someone tells you that they did something themselves, you automatically already have this idea in your mind. So no one's going to be able to talk to you and have a conversation with you. Which is the case in point. So you already have your opinion, your own idea, all of that. There's no way of convincing you of changing your mind. You're always gonna have this "I'm right" idea of whatever it is that's in your mind. And oh, hey, Mr. Carrot, how you doing? Mr. Carrot is here. What are you doing up? About stealing. I'm talking about fake artists. I'm gonna think about that for a second. What's your definition of a fake artist? Because that's, I think, where the disconnection is. Because I just really feel like, I mean, I think that same thing that you're saying, I think that's going to be the question in the future. You know, I'm not saying that to be combative. I'm saying like I feel like that's going to be the bottom line question for everyone in the future is what defines an AI artist as a fake artist, because people are going to be like, oh no, this is still a real artist. What defines that? You know what I mean? I think that's important. I think that's a good question. Smart house doesn't affect me at all. You're so funny. Um, so yes, that is. I'm thinking about all these things. That's why I'm like hesitant. That's why I don't want to. I was gonna dive into like doing things with this right now, but I'm just like nah. And like if I did decide to go and create music with AI where it was completely AI generated, like I don't think anyone should do that. I think it should be banned. I don't know. Like I really I did think about that. Like as soon as I logged into this website, I'm like, this shit should be banned. That was the first thing I thought about. I'm like, this should be illegal. This should be just like no. Cause I mean, what purpose does humans do we have? Is we won't have any purpose anymore. I mean, it's like I know. I told you we were having the same conversation earlier. Um, someone doesn't actually own their own. They just press a button and say that they actually. Yeah, I know. That's like really like. It makes me feel like giving up. Like I'm just like, oh fuck. here's, here's, here's all these people now. They can go and create music overnight, and I just spent like 2 weeks, 6 months, and 3 days on this, and $500 and whatever studio time, and well, they just made 6,000 like in one night, and they just created the AI yesterday. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I want. Like I don't know. One of my producers. So here's what's happening. Everyone's creating AI versions of themselves, and I know that's definitely what I'm doing. How and I definitely will be creating AI artists. I just don't. The voice behind the AI is what I I appreciate that. No, I'm no. This is really just depressing. This whole situation is depressing. I have to do an interview in a minute, and now this just made me like I don't know. Like I was excited at first, then I got unexcited. It's like it was like a roller coaster of emotions. As I'm sitting here, I'm like I'm excited about the fact that it created a beautiful song with my lyrics. Now I'm just like, okay, wait, what does that mean? I'm like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, it really created those are my lyrics. It created this amazing song, and I'm like, what does that mean now? What do I do with this? What is like? By the way, one song is 10 credits, so if you want to go to suno.com and check this out yourself and see what I'm talking about, it's really just creepy, honestly. Um, I'm trying to find the area of where the songs are supposed to be. Okay, here we are. So the songs are here. Let's play it. Like, no, this is creepy. It took my song, created its own version of my song, made it sound fucking 10 times better. Now I'm like, should I release this version or should I release my version? I'm like, God, it's a headache now. It's like, I don't even want to sit here and think about this. I'd rather just walk away and come back later. Don't give up. Just stay true to yourself and don't make AI music. Just go to the studio and make your own hands. Oh, you're so awesome for that. No, I was thinking about. I'm trying to fit into this and see how I can make it work. Now I'm sitting here thinking about, okay, well maybe I'll just have the AI cover my music, so that could be cool. let's say I release my music first, right? Why do I feel like you work in the music industry? You definitely work in the music industry. No, yeah, you mentioned that earlier. No, you really work in the music industry. You've been working in the industry for a long time. I'm just going to create this scenario about who I think you are, Samuel. You've been working in the industry for a long time. You work. I, I could be wrong, but you work with maybe a major artist, maybe a couple, maybe not. I don't know. That's an interesting backstory, though. Yeah, cool. That could be cool for you. Um, have you worked with any, you know, this is weird. I'm gonna play one of these songs again. I really like the rap though. The rap is my favorite. Of everything I just created was the rap. And I want to be a part of what's happening now, you know? Oh God, Blackhead.
Attends, je pensais que c'était fini ce matin alors. Il faut qu'on finisse cette parole.
These are my
Let's go.
lyrics. Like, those are my exact
On
lyrics.
prendra pas les clés pour la
On
porte.
prend pas les clés, papa.
Prochain. N'oublie pas
Prochain.
les bijoux pour la reine. Raconte juste mon ciel, on
This
prend le
is this
sac
is just
rouge ou le
depressing.
sac noir.
It almost makes me.
Pour toi, on
I don't want to
part
write my song
parasier.
anymore. Like, I just kind of don't want to write my song anymore. It made my songs. Yes, but I can't name names, and we all disagree with AI music. It takes truth away from the music. It really does. And like, even as I'm sitting here, like, oh my God. So I'm gonna put the beat on. So here's, and now I'm going back to my beat makers. You know, what if beat makers are doing that? What if, so I use BeatStars, right, a lot, and that's where I get my beats from. I get my beats from BeatStars. What if the producers on here, the beat makers, are actually putting AI beats out here for people to buy and aren't really creating them themselves? You know, like, does that make it okay? Is it okay? I mean, as a beat maker, I would feel bad if I now had to compete with a robot in terms of making good music. And of course, those robots are going to be able to. I mean, I don't want to say that they will be able, like AI will be able to make better beats than beat makers, but I will say that it does now put us in a situation to where it's like, okay, them or them. You know, it's like now we have to choose. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with us competing as humans with artificial intelligence. I mean, we might as well all just say, bump it. Let's just listen to AI music now because it's automatically always going to be better. I don't know. Or will it? But AI does mimic. So if AI mimics humans but can become better than humans, then oh my God, this is so not what I want to think about right now. Wow. Let's see, that's God. I'm just gonna here. I'll play my original version of this. I copyrighted all my music yesterday with yesterday evening. Finally. I don't copyright my music every day. What I'll do is I'll write a couple of songs, like a lot of music. I'll start lyrics for them all. And then I'll go back once I feel like I have a good half of a song, a chorus of a song, a chorus, a good hook, or whatever, you know, a portion, whatever. I'll just go and register I'll start off by looking for registering the beat and the length of the beat, and my title. And then if I have not finished the song yet, I'll just leave it at that to where I just register the song in that way. Um, anyway, and then as far as my lyrics, I go and I copyright those later on, whatever. What am I talking about this for? I'm with BMI, by the way. And so this is the beat. This is like why I'm supposed to be establishing myself in the industry in France right now. And the fact that I just took French lyrics and put them into this AI and it generated this amazing French song makes me feel really bad because I'm just like, okay, I was supposed to sit here and put a whole bunch of hours into writing a whole bunch of music, and what is that going to make me in the future? I don't want to be seen as like a fake person because I'm not a fake person. I actually write music, and I'm like, oh, like I don't want, and I want to make this part of what I'm I want to be a part of it. So I'm gonna do my lyrics, and then I'm gonna play the AI. Where's my lyrics at? Hold on. I wish you could understand French, so you could understand everything I'm saying. Attends, je pense que c'était fini ce matin. Alors, il faut qu'on finisse cette parole. Let's go. On prend pas les clés pour la porte prochaine. N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Monsieur, on prend pas les clés. God, I fucking messed up. I'm gonna do it again. I messed up. Hold on. Here we go. Attends, je pense que c'était fini ce matin. Okay, I'm gonna play it back because. But anyways, this was a song that I was working on. I'm not yet finished with, that I decided to give it a try with and to see what would happen. And when it did what it did, I got afraid because I'm just like, well, what's the point of me finishing this song and contacting the producer, because there's a producer in France. I have to email him, and he has a huge record label out there, and particularly he's interested in the first song that I wrote myself and have a music video for and everything, whatever. And I'm supposed to be writing another song to follow up, right? If you didn't use AI, you wouldn't have the antenna struggle, but you do. What? What does that mean? But you do you. I use AI, you wouldn't have an interest. It's not about using AI and having internal struggle. It's about being successful and needing to eat and survive in this world, and what tools to use. It has nothing to do with whether it's AI. It could be a banana if everyone was just, I don't know. That's what it's about. It's an internal struggle of trying to figure out which tools to use in the journey of becoming successful, and how to use those tools in order to remain authentic in that journey. That's what it's about. So as I said, if you have the mentality of thievery constantly, then I would agree with that statement. But if you don't, and if that's not your authentic truth, then anyways, I'm gonna try to do this one more time so I can play this. I don't know why I'm up right now doing this at all. Attends, je pense que c'était fini ce matin. Alors, il faut qu'on finisse cette parole. Let's go. On prend pas les clés pour la porte prochaine. N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Monsieur, on prend le sac rouge, le sac noir. N'importe quoi, on porte pas la scène. So, that's the first part of the song that I just wrote. And then here's what it did to my lyrics. And let's see. Here's what it did. I want to play the one that I really like. This is the rap one it did. So it created this beat in the background. Okay. I don't like the fact that it just created a whole beat out of nowhere. I think that's kind of cool, but I think that just, I don't know. It's really just, it's going to change things a lot in the future. I don't even, like, it's scary what's going to change.
Let's go.
Okay, so that's one version it did. It did a couple versions.
Atsem. Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin alors.
It's repeating the same lyrics over and over again. Just listen to what it's doing. Watch what it does. I hate that this sounds so good. How can it do this? Just listen to it repeat the same thing over and over, like the lyrics. It's doing different covers. That's a French metal version of the song. Do you hear that? It actually sounds fucking good, and I don't even like metal music. What the fuck?
On part par la sienne.
That's fucking crazy. That shit sounds amazing. What the fuck? You know that sound good. This is just. I'm gonna stop doing this. I know, but this is. Don't say that. Come on. I'm gonna walk away from you right now. I gotta walk away.
On part par la sienne.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Attends, je pensais que c'était fini ce matin alors.
It's playing a different version.
On finisse cette parole. Let's go. On prendra pas les clés pour la porte prochaine. N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Aussi on prendre le sac rouge ou le sac noir. N'importe quoi, on part par la sienne.
Why? Okay, so this one is actually a full entire song. This is 2 minutes and 24 seconds. This one is the most scariest of all of them because I just was like, I was blown away. And if it couldn't do this, I'm like, I can actually take this song right now, as we speak, the 2 minute that I'm getting ready to play. I can take it, download it, distribute it right now, wake up tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure it'll have like millions of plays. I'm not gonna doubt that at all. And I'm tempted to do it, literally. And you're the only reason why I'm not. Well, no, you're not the only reason why. There's several reasons why I just don't want. I want the publicity. I want people to get mad at me. I want to get called by news stations, asking, "Oh my God, you did this. We want to interview you. Why'd you do it? Blah 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 blah." Because I know that's gonna happen. That's what I want though. But I don't want what is the backlash of that to where, yes, I established myself in the industry as someone that's creating AI music and AI artists and under his own label or whatever. But then when it gets to the point to where I want to release my own music, what is that going to mean? Are people going to be like, trash, he didn't write that, that's not his. And then I'm going to be like, no, I did. And then have to sit there and prove myself, which is going to be fucking annoying. Do you see what I mean? What do you think about that? I really want to know your opinion on that. What are your thoughts on that? That metal song was really good, though. You want me to play the song first before you answer that question? I'm going to play the song while you're answering the question. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to play it from the beginning. I took my first verse, and it wrote everything else around the first verse. It engineered, it did everything. I did nothing. It provides stems. It provides, like, all of that.
On tombe, on se relève encore. Le temps s'efface, mais laisse des trésors. On prendra pas les clés pour la porte prochain. N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine. Monsieur, sac rouge ou sac noir, n'importe.
Look at this. I'm going to show you something. So, okay, I know you said what you just said, but look at that. Do you see that number? These are all AI. Like, I want to listen to this because this is just crazy. I want to listen to the best one. The best one that they have, I want to listen to. Then that's what this is. So let's see what it is. And it's 5 minutes. I'm not listening to all 5 minutes. I'm going to fast forward. Sorry. Well, no, let's see what we got.
The finest hour of my day is when you drift through the outdoor path of youth. You pass ephemeral and whole, like a fevered muse in my eyes.
Mm-mm.
Is it real? Is it real? When your palm clasps mine and holds tightly, I don't know. Feels like I've stepped into a celestial fire.
This is just
Lit
so
in a
annoying,
night of
bro.
fervent bloom. I do not resist what fate has spun. It tastes like visions in my daydream. I summon you both dusk and dawn, and I believe that we can
I'm gonna
be.
stop. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to listen to any more of that. Um, I did like the rock joint. Rock joint was pretty cool. I'm still just like, oh wait, let's see what it. Okay, I said I was gonna play another. Here's the other version of that song. I actually kind of like.
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin.
This isn't the
Un
one that I
rêve qui
wrote.
s'efface en éclats
Well,
soudains.
it helped me co-write.
Mais les
And do
ombres
I have to
dansent, elles
give
ne
credits
mentent
to
pas.
AI? No, 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 no. Now I'm just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So if I write a portion of the lyrics for, because technically I'm collaborating with AI, even if, right? There would need to be new laws created. I think the music industry would have to create new laws in order to fix this problem. New laws around music. I think that that's what needs to happen in order for this to work. Because if they don't, the music industry is going to be just. Someone needs to tell them, like, quickly, like, to hurry up and create some laws before this becomes a thing that they can't control. Because if that happens, then there needs to be new laws in the music industry in order for this to work. Because if I write a portion of the lyrics and the AI writes a portion of the lyrics and then I produce a song with the AI, technically the AI co-wrote. And if I'm the production company slash producer, yes, I get all of the credit of the income from that. But still, credit wise, I would have to. Yeah, no, I hope they are, because it's just like it makes me. You would have to. I would treat AI as a separate entity completely, and I would legally say, you know what, AI is it's it's an entity. Like it's I don't know how they're gonna do that. They need to separate AI from human and say if you use AI, you have to credit the AI that you used in your song in terms of how much of that you wrote and how much of it was written by AI. I think that would be the first thing to fix this problem. Because now I'm seeing another problem. I'm seeing my lyrics combined with, and they're beautiful by the way, but I don't want to take this song, download it, and release it and have to. Even having this conversation right now is just. I'm not gonna lie. I would actually still do it for publicity. They're working on it. I would do it for publicity. I would find a way to prove my point with my authentic work. Like, hey, this is mine. This is AI. I wouldn't mind being used as the example at that point, because becoming extremely wealthy and getting there is and catapulting there is all I really need right now. I don't care about the after repercussions of that. I mean, I do, but hey, if I'm where I need to be at that point, I can fix that problem easily. Especially if the laws are going to be correct. So this is going to be strategic. This has nothing to do with fake. This has nothing to do with the goal or idea of wanting to create music that with AI. I don't want to create music with AI. I want to build a empire. I want to build a production company that no one else. I want to say all you care about is money. You should care about. I don't care about money. I want to build an empire, buddy. I want to provide job. Yeah, you think people are concerned about money and stealing money, and I think I told you that before, it's gonna cause a problem with you having conversations. You're gonna constantly think people are thinking about money. If someone says they want to build a nation to save children, you're gonna be like, nope, you're thinking about money. So might want to work on that. Not everybody cares about money, my friend. And some people actually are starving and have no money. So I think your world is centered around money. If you want to make money, you have to create a world in order to facilitate that. It's not about making money. It's about creating a world that generates money. I don't care about money. I'm creating a world that will always generate more than money, that will help people make money. So if you're only thinking about money, then you won't realize those things. You won't be able to be creative if you're constantly always thinking about money. Don't think about money, and then you'll be extremely successful, I promise. Focus on and do what I'm doing right now. Find a way to integrate AI into your work and stay authentic at the same time. If you decide to step and cross the line, then be prepared for the repercussions of crossing that line and find a way to utilize that in order to continue to stay focused on whatever your goal is. And if that goal is to create an empire that can help, that can do whatever, you want it to do, then by all means do it. If money is involved in that process, yeah. An empire is not about money. An empire is not, no, your definition I don't agree with. That's not what, that's not at all what an empire is. That's not the definition of an empire, that's at all. And I already know that you're gonna die miserable. How about that? You're gonna die miserable, continuously convincing yourself that everyone's concerned about money. You're gonna continuously go and tell people that they're not gonna be successful at things. You're gonna continuously find ways to hurt and harm other humans around you, no matter what, to the day that you die. And you're gonna be miserable. And you're gonna continue to find ways to hurt and harm humans, no matter what it is, to the point to where you're going to be miserable to the day that you die. I wanna repeat that over and over again. So here's the line that you're gonna cross right now. You're gonna cross the line of trying to manifest someone's future. I'm going to manifest this future for you. The future to where you're going to continuously find reasons to hurt and harm other humans. You're going to get to the point where you're 50 and 60 years old. You're going to sit there and ask yourself the question of whether or not you're worthy enough to go to God, to go to heaven. You're going to sit and ask yourself whether or not God is going to accept you. And you're going to ask yourself whether or not you took time out of your little life to hurt and harm people, and how many times that you've done it, just like what you've done right now, what you're doing right now. I don't have to be a rocket scientist to know exactly what you're doing in your mind. I don't have to read your comments to know that right now, your goal, especially during this conversation, is to find a way to hurt and harm the other human while you're communicating with that human. I don't need to be a rocket scientist to see that. So I'm gonna leave it at that, Samuel, because you're obsessed with money, and that's really, really scary. So, yeah. And then you hurt people because of it. That's really sad. Hurting and harming someone mentally is the same as hurting someone physically. That's why people have arguments over the internet. People hurt each other with words. You're completely fully aware of that as a human being. If you, no matter what you say in terms of what your intentions were, what were not, the fact that I'm able to say what I just said, how I said it, which is the truth in terms of who and what you are as a human being. There's nothing that you can tell me in terms of the mistake that you might have made or might not have made in terms of the reason why you chose the words that you chose. They still did the same exact thing. There are people dying right now that are getting bombed and killed. The last thing that you want to do is go and tell someone how or what or where they're going to end up in their life. You don't think that that's wrong. If you were standing next to someone whose child just got murdered and you didn't know that, and then they told you all of these things about their child, and then you went back and said what you said, not knowing that that child had actually been murdered, had no choice in terms of how they were going to end up in this world, to where you made a comment about, let's say, similar to the one that you just made, and then went and told yourself, no, you're a very presumptuous person to think that the person that you're speaking to thinks like you, to the point to where you, in this reality that you created, hurts and harms people, and you're unaware of that. So because you're unaware of that does not mean that you're not hurting and harming people, because you have this mentality to where you've convinced yourself that when you're speaking to someone, it's with the same perspectives and ideas and thoughts that you have, and which can hurt and harm the other person in order, and that's what you do. So I honestly would have to disagree with you. You are obsessed with the idea, my friend, that other humans in their lives are centered around money and making money, to where all of their decisions are centered around that. If someone were to tell you that they were trying to create a painting just to create the painting, you would, in your mind, say that that person was creating that painting just because they wanted money. You would not be able to understand the emotion behind why it would be necessary for that person to engage into a human activity that would allow them to feel what it meant to be human. You would not be able to understand the connection that they would need to have to experience their humanity. You would focus purely on the fact that that artist, that person that drew that picture, you would say, oh, that artist is focused on making money. You would convince yourself of this in every conversation you'd have with that artist, whether it be a painter, whether it be a singer, whether it be a beat maker, whether it be someone that made gold. You would convince yourself once again that they were thought like you when it came to whatever they did to survive. And you would tell yourself that whatever they did to survive was related to money, because this is how you think. You cannot go and tell yourself that someone is thinking something and then go and start giving your opinion because you're convinced that you're having the same conversation when you're not. An empire is not something that is centered around money, my friend. And because you've convinced yourself of that, we're never going to have the same conversation. And I hope you understand what I meant by the example I just gave. So I think I've proven my point multiple times. You should seek help. You're convinced that I don't know why you're traumatized about this, but you could put yourself in a situation, once again, as I said, where you could be speaking to a man that has a child, or anyone for that matter, to where you would hurt them because of your mentality, your ignorance to where you've convinced yourself that when it comes to someone surviving, whenever they choose to survive, especially if it's related to something that's, that, you know, hold on, which is sad. So no, that's exactly what you're doing. If you're trying to convince me to convince myself that that's not gonna work, sorry, you can't do that. And you can't go to another human being and tell them where they're gonna end up if they don't do something because you don't like, or you want them to. You don't. I don't. You can't do that. Not at all. Not at all. You cannot go and put your timestamp on someone's life in terms of whatever their fate is, in terms of the choices and decisions that they are going to make in this world. You have no right to do that, just like the child that got bombed yesterday. You have no right to do that. So, um, are you going to tell me that some kids are going to get bombed? Or for me, like, I mean, what else do you think? I feel like you have that mentality. Do those kids deserve to die? There's kids dying right now overseas because of Gaza. Like, let's talk about that. Like, do you think they deserve to die? Do you think because they kept doing something that they were going to get nowhere, and them dying was they're getting nowhere? Do you think there was someone that told them that they were going to get nowhere in their life as well, just like how you told me? Does that make sense? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you think I should also get bombed as well to make sure I get nowhere? These are all valid questions. So no, you cannot go and do that because you don't like the idea of someone using something or doing something and then go back and tell them, oh, well, you're not going to go get anywhere. Oh, well, you're going to get bombed anyway. You're going to die anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Hope you got the connection there. That last point, I think that was a good point. You're going to die anyway. You're going to get bombed. You're never going to get anywhere with your life anyway. So, yeah, you get that? You see how that's pretty much the same thing? So no, you don't go and do that. That person, that child, that human being that might be making the choice to do something that you don't like or agree with could be the one thing that takes them and turns them into the thing that you wish you could have always become, to where you're going to be sitting there one day looking back at that person saying, wow, I should have never said that, and then regretting saying those words. Just like another human. So no, you don't do that. I might not agree with the choices that other people make to become successful, but hey, they're successful. That's because God wanted them to be successful, not you. Not your opinion on the choices that they made. If they made a choice, and if you believe in God, people make choices with the influence of God. If God willed and wanted and made that path that person's future and wanted them to be famous based off of the idea of them using AI to the point to where it caused so much controversy, to where it catapulted them into the future, to where people looked at that person as the most smartest person in the world for making that choice, and then you had others that looked at them whatever. Still, God put them now in a position to where they were no longer a part of that poor group of people that wished they were. So how about that? I think I just decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and create an AI artist, just like I decided to do an hour ago, because now I'm actually officially deciding that I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to use the song that it just created, but I do think I have to find a starting point, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to find a starting point. I'm going to create an AI. I was thinking I'm going to create an AI artist and have them cover one of my songs that I already wrote. And then I'm going to put that in the title and see what happens. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll create an AI artist, have them cover one of my songs that I already wrote. Amen. Thank you for the amen. Yeah, you can't put a time step on someone's faith. You can't make suggestions toward someone dying, toward them not being able to do something, toward them not being successful, and then go back and pray to God and ask God for you to become successful. Because God's gonna go back and say, you know what? You're not gonna get anywhere. Why? Because you're constantly going and putting a timestamp on other people's lives and asking me for help. God's going to say no. Once you stop putting timestamps on other people's lives in terms of what's going to cause them to be successful and then begging me to become successful, then once you stop that, then I'll make you successful. However, if you continue in your mind to put timestamps on people and their success and then hurt them indirectly, not knowing that that's what you're doing, I'm never going to give you anything. What if God said that to you? What if you turned 50 years old and finally realized that you did that your whole entire life? And then at 50 years old or around that age, that's when you started to become more happier in terms of understanding who you were as a human. Don't be the person that's left behind. In the future, there are going to be a lot of AI artists and music art there out there. Do not be the ignorant person in the room amongst the new stars and new celebrities that is making it sour for everyone, or that's bitter. Become successful, be successful, act like a successful person. Figure out the BS when the time comes. Yeah, we're all afraid of what this is going to do to us in the industry, but you have no right to go and continuously tell yourself that someone is doing something because of your fear of what's going to happen in the future. So I'm sorry that I'm not doing the things that you want me to be doing, and I'm sorry that I'm not thinking the things that you want me to think, because that's what you want to happen. But putting a timestamp and putting thoughts in other people's minds and continuously doing that, telling yourself that, oh, I'm not hurting you, but then going back and doing the things that you know is going to cause frustration, pain mentally, knowing that arguments, words, that's how that works. Like, are you serious right now? And if you don't believe in God, that's not my problem. Okay, so I'm just so still. I'm like, oh my God. This is so scary. Is this the rock one? I don't know if I want to listen to this again.
Let's go. On prendra pas les clés pour la porte prochain. N'oublie pas les bijoux pour la reine.
Oh God, they should just ban this. I'm getting anxiety. Like, I'm still here on the website. Like, I want to go and finish writing my song, but now I'm sitting here trying to convince myself to release an AI song overnight and see what happens. That's so hard. Upgrade for a full song. I don't want to upgrade for no full song. I don't even got the $10 to pay y'all right now. Let me see. You gonna make me pay you $10 right now? I'm not paying you no $10 right now. I'm good. No, I'm good. Y'all need to keep it keep it free, because people don't want to pay y'all $10, and y'all know that. Why would I want to? I'm not trying to do that. Pay y'all $10, upgrade for a full song. Like, what am I? This is so tempting. It's just crazy. But no, people are just like so obsessed with money. Like, they just, I don't like. Is it even art anymore? Like, yes, it's still art, but it's not authentic art though. It's just like, are we gonna have AI generated movies now too? I mean, like, oh God, this world. I really just want to write my song and finish it. Honestly, I just want to do that because this is giving me anxiety. And this one song that's actually fully finished is the one that's giving me the most anxiety, because I'm tempted. I'm actually going to go and download them now. Is it going to put a watermark? It's probably going to watermark it. Let me see if it watermarks it. Wait, download. Oh my God, only pro and premiere songs are eligible for commercial use. Wait a minute. What? Need commercial rights? Only pro and premiere are eligible for commercial use. Upgrade now, and the song will be upgraded to rights and ownership facts. What? Download anyway. So what if I download it and don't? Are y'all gonna go back and sue me? Oh shit. Imagine getting sued by a fucking AI for using the music. Oh shit. I wanna read this. Oh no. You can get sued by the AI. Did it watermark it?
Je pensais que c'était fini ce matin. Un rêve qui s'efface en éclats soudains.
It didn't watermark it.
Mais les ombres dansent, elles ne mentent pas.
This is
Les
interesting.
murmures des secrets qu'on ne croit pas.
This is the devil. This is completely the devil. This is evil. This has to be, because like, my jaw just dropped as soon as I saw. Let me read this disclaimer. So AI will straight up sue your ass Wait, okay. Let me read this. I'm gonna read this to you. Can I distribute my songs to Spotify, etc.? Yes. Well, let's talk about it. If you make your songs while subscribed to a Pro or Premier plan, those songs are covered by a commercial use license. This allows you to distribute songs to Spotify, Apple Music, etc. Using the distributor of your choice allows you to use the songs and content you post in YouTube, TikTok, etc. You don't have you don't have to attribute the song. Wait, you don't have to attribute the songs to Suno, but we wouldn't mind if you let your audience know we help you create your masterpiece. I think they should be required to make people no. If I was the music industry, baby, I would go and find as many of these AI companies out here because that's uncharted waters. You're stepping into my territory now that I control. So now I have something to say about it. And because I control it, this is my opinion. If I were the music industry, maybe I should post this video. Fuck it, I'll post the video. I'll post the video because you know what? I'm gonna post this video just to see because no, I didn't create an account. I'm advertising right now. I feel I don't know. I just went and whatever. It's gonna get streamed. It's gonna be on my live, and I want to see what they're gonna do. I want to see if they block the video. I want to see what's gonna happen. We're just gonna let that rock. I'm not gonna distribute this song. I did download the music. I'm not paying them $10. However, I am interested in seeing what this is gonna play out to. Like, are they going to ban this video, or are they gonna go and be like, hey, this isn't your song? I'm in block it. Okay, so songs made under the basic free tier are only available for non-commercial use and cannot be monetized. These do not include the commercial use license, and starting a subscription after you made a great song will not give you a retroactive license for the song. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's, oh, wow. If you plan on monetizing the music you make with Suno, check out our options here. Tips. As with any time you monetize your songs, you must be the exclusive rights holder or 100% of the material. Don't try to monetize a song if you're using someone else's lyrics. This can lead to your YouTube channel getting shut down, distributors blocking, blacklisting your future releases, etc. Okay. So they do kind of have guidelines, I guess, but still there needs to be more. Yeah, you're still here. Thank you so much, Samuel, for being here. Maybe we should be friends. Are you French? You really have a French last name, though. You definitely have a French last name. You definitely have a French. I feel like you. Yeah, you got a French last name. I think you speak French. I think you speak French. Let me see. My last name is French Canadian. I was getting ready to look it up, literally. I was so getting ready to look it up. No, this is some scariness though. I still want to look up your last name though. Are you in Canada right now? L-A-I. I want to see what your name means. L-A. Cause that name. Oh my God! Why did it take me to your family tree? Your family has a lot of family trees. You might want to tell them that. That's weird. Oh my God, was founded in the US, Canada. Literally, it's telling your whole family tree is here. What the fuck? I'm gonna read this to you so you can see that it's here. You're not gonna believe me. Oh my God. I typed this in. Wow. I'm getting ready to tell you about your whole family. And you'll be like, what the fuck? Oh my God. This is cool. The, I think is it lapel? Is it lapel? How do you say that? Is it laply? Laplay? I could so see le play. Because there should be an accent right there with the, there should be an accent right there. There would be a little accent on the E, and there should be a little, which would make that would make it French. I think they spelled this wrong. If I'm not mistaken, this is written There's, let me go look Google, because I know that there's supposed to be an accent on your name. I used to live in France, and I'm not even French. Let me go look it up. There's supposed to be an accent on your name. I knew it. Les plis. Les plis? Yeah, les plis sounds a lot more. Wait, is it les play? Because then if it's les play, then I'm right. There's supposed to be an accent on the E at the end of that name. But anyways, I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to have ChatGPT tell me how to say your name. How, pronounce this. How do I say this? Say the last name. Say the name out loud.
Sure, it's pronounced something like Lapel.
Lapel. No, it's not.
Ah, got it.
It's
No,
French, Canadian. Are you serious right now?
oh, French Canadian. That definitely helps. Thanks for that. In that case, you probably say it more like lapel or even lapel with a bit of that softer French touch. So I appreciate the correction. We'll say it with a little French flair.
It's supposed to be les plis.
Oh, le pli. Got it. Thanks for letting me know. So in that
Or le
case,
play. How do you
uh,
all right. All of those are wrong.
hope.
All right. You're funny. Let me put this. I'm going to put this in here, and then I want it to say it. All right, let's see what it says. Now I'm going to try to get it to say it the correct way.
Here's a summary of what I found on the surname Lapel, plus a few notes on what remains uncertain and how you might dig deeper.
It said Lapel.
What we do know, the surname Lapel is quite uncommon. One source reports 350
It
bearers
keeps saying
worldwide.
Lapel. Why does it keep saying Lapel, though? Okay, I'm just going to go YouTube this and see what we have on YouTube. Because now I'm, like, kind of interested.
Okay, I'm Christina Leipel. I'm from Duquesne.
Lipo? Is that how you say it? Because there's a girl named Christina Lipo. Well, then why would she say her name like that? She says it Lipo. I went on YouTube to look for someone with that last name. Okay, I found some.
Welcome to Staffing Stories, hosted by Andy Moss. Andy has been in the staffing industry for over 25 years, first as a recruiter, then eventually an account manager and business owner. This is the podcast where we sit down with fellow staffing owners to get the real stories of the successes, the failures, and the lessons learned along the way.
I'm waiting for her to say her name.
Welcome back to Staffing Stories. I'm your host, Andy Moss, and I am extremely just blessed today just because I get to keep doing this podcast, and I love it.
Okay.
And I'm extremely people and have you share just.
Okay, now he's going to say her name. I feel like he's talking
in the staffing industry, and your senior leadership, ownership, and you want to come on and share your story, yeah, send me an email, andy@3diq.com. I'd love to meet new people and have you share just your Genesis story and how you got into this crazy world. But today we've got Miss Kimberly Lapel from Scientific Search, and I'm extremely excited about.
He says label. Like, why? Everyone's saying the name different. One person says it different. They're all saying it differently. Yeah, this AI thing really just like messed my brain up this evening. It really did. I'm like, I like, should I wait for to they? I don't want to wait. Like, I don't know. It just messed my brain up. I don't know. I have to think about this. I want to go to sleep. I'm supposed to be asleep right now. Does Suno own the music I make? We know that ownership of material is important, and it's helpful to know exactly where you stand before you take the next steps with your songs. The easiest way to know would be to ask yourself, was I subscribed when I made the song? So if you were subscribed with a pro or premier plan when the song was created, you were considered the owner of the song. You also retain the right to the commercial use for the song, even if in your subscription, if you're using the free version of Suno's basic tier, we retain ownership of the songs you generate, but you're allowed to use the songs for non-commercial purposes subject to compliance with Suno's terms of service. It might not be the most thrilling to read, but you'll almost always find the answers okay. This is all interesting stuff. Do I have the copyrights to songs I made? Complex. Copyrights are complex and vary by region. To ensure you have the most up-to-date information, we suggest reaching your local copyright office before applying. It is important to know that there's a difference between ownership and copyrights. It is often said that if you come up with something on your own, you automatically assume the rights to it. In music, right, now I want to know what you guys. In music, there are several other factors that help determine rights beyond ownership relating to Suno. If you make music with the basic free plan, Suno is the owner of the songs. Okay, if you make songs while subscribed, you own the songs. Further, you are granted a commercial use license to monetize these songs. In both cases, however, the material may not be eligible for copyright protection. Okay, wait, what? In the US, copyright laws protect materials created by a human. Music made 100% with AI would not qualify for. Oh, wait, hold on, this is good. Hold on. let me light up for this, hold on. This is good, Okay, in the US, copyright laws protect material created by a human. Music made 100% with AI would not qualify for copyright protection because a human did not write the lyrics or the music. Writing the prompt does not constitute the creation of the song. If you wrote the lyrics for your songs, you own those lyrics. Most copyright offices will allow you to register those lyrics on your own. You may be able to use those lyrics to register your whole song as well. Some regions/registrars may recognize you as the writer of the song and Suno as an instrumental to help you create the song. If this happens, the song will likely be eligible for copyright protection. In any case, that's what I said earlier. I was saying that earlier. That would make sense. That's just like if BeatStars itself decided that, hey, we want to release our own beats and we want to use AI. I could kind of see that happening and working out, and for them with no problem. You know, if BeatStars decides that, hey, we want to create our own beats and use AI, I would see that as acceptable, I think, because it is BeatStars. If it were an individual person that were making beats and selling beats, I would be like, I wouldn't, I wouldn't, I don't know. That's like another line right there. I'm just like, you're not a company, you're an individual. You use AI for everything. You can't put lyrics to what you make, so technically you don't own. So based off of what this is saying, that a beat maker cannot go and use an AI generated material, and especially if it was 100% made by AI and copyrighted. meaning it would be considered public domain at that point. This is really weird. Yeah, it would be considered public domain if I'm not mistaken, because if that's the case, if there are no laws around that, if a human can't copyright something that's 100%, that would technically mean that that work would be a AI generated public domain piece of work. It would automatically be public domain, I think. So the person technically would not be able to make, yeah, it's expectable, but still just kind of maybe possibly you could just make an instrument to yourself, if that makes sense. Yeah, right. Well, I know, but where does this, even for the artists, for ignorant artists who don't know anything about the industry, who just go and start looking for beats, who don't know the difference between an AI generated beat and and who are just buying their beats from people. I always buy my beats from people. You know, I get people to make my beats for me. I don't know how to make beats myself. I mean, I do, but I don't. That's no. I don't. That's not no. I I've always bought and licensed and just, you know. So now I'm just like, what the fuck? And should I just, I don't know. Like, can I use AI to help me make my beats? I mean, I think using AI as a tool to help you make your beats, it would be cool, but not creating the whole entire beat. And if it does create the whole entire beat, then technically you still don't own it. That company owns the copyrights, meaning Suno would be considered the beat maker, right? So that's why I was saying if Suno decided that it wanted to provide beats to people and it created its own AI system to create music, then Suno technically is a beat maker that owns the rights to those beats that you're using. So you would not have to go and I would say, yeah, it would be appropriate. I think that's safe. I think that's okay. Using a beat generated from an AI company and crediting that is cool. And as long as, meaning that, okay, so an individual person would not be able to go and, yeah, that's correct. An individual person would not be able to go and create a whole completely AI generated beat and go and resell it to someone and make money off of it. Because it would be considered public domain immediately, and they can get sued for that. Okay, could you? Yeah, they couldn't. They can get sued for that. Well, no, they couldn't get sued for it because it's public domain. That's wrong. Um, but wait a minute. Could they get sued for making money off? No, they couldn't because once again, it's public domain. However, someone else could use the beat as well, and they couldn't do anything about it. They wouldn't be able to do anything about it. They wouldn't be able to copyright it. Yeah, right. So anyone could use that same, so that's a problem then. Because that means that authentic, real human artists who do decide to use an AI generated beat have to accept the fact that someone else could go and use that same beat to create their own song or sample it, and they wouldn't be able to do anything about it at all. In addition to that, that would mean that when it comes to royalties, I should work at a record label or something. I should definitely work at a record label one day. At my own record label, of course, because yeah, I have my own. But no, it's so funny. Yeah, I do have my own record label. It's called Bay Empire Productions. If you want to go and look us up, by the way, Bay Empire Productions. That's the first time I've said my record label name on the internet, ever. Yeah, out loud. I never said my name out loud, the company's name. Yeah, but it's still just kind of too many problems. Yeah, so now I'm thinking about all these problems, and I have to get these thoughts out of my head before I go to bed. Bro, I just rather not have to think about that problem when I could just buy a beat and license it, so no legal problems. And yeah, no, I'm thinking the same thing. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually going through the process of trying to figure out if this is a good idea or not and how it can. And so now that I'm reading this part right here, I don't think it's a good idea because I'm like, no, because if I write a song, I don't want anyone to be able to go and use that same, because Michael Jackson, every artist gets paid forever. Like Michael Jackson, no, if I create, no, like, and why would I want my beat used in other, let me think about the history of music first before I make this determination. Like, so in the past, when people have created really awesome songs, has anyone ever went and used anyone's audio without their voice in their song and then profited off of it? No. And if they did, they got sued. Correct. Okay, so if they did that and they got sued, what if the beat was public domain? What beat what beats are public domain? No beats are public domain anymore because public domain beats technically are from a certain time period. Anything after that time period no longer is public domain. So then you would be, but then AI would be put, so AI would be, no, because you would have to create a new sector of public domain now. It would have to open that category back up. Yeah, no, you'd have to open the public domain category back up because public domain was created back when there were no laws for music, and then after it changed to where there was no such thing as public domain, only for songs that didn't exist before that period. Um, so what this means is if you can't own the rights to the music, if it can only be copyrighted by the company that created the AI that produced and allows you to create it, which means that there were, which means you taking this song and making money off of it, they're saying that, yeah, you can still do that, but we own the copyrights to that beat. And they're saying all you own are your lyrics and essentially the song itself, which you would be the producer and the publisher, but we would hold the copyrights to, if you wrote the lyrics for the song, so you own those lyrics. Most copyright offices will allow you to register those lyrics on their own, and you may be able to use those lyrics to register your song as well. It said maybe, right? So then that would make sense. That means they would own the copyright to your whole entire song. They just need to make a new law set for public domain based off AI. I agree with you. Now we're having a conversation. Oh God. I don't feel like we're really having a conversation, but now we're having a conversation. This is okay. So maybe we should write some of our own laws and like pitch it to the industry and see what they say, and then copyright that shit. Be like, nope, we gave you these ideas of what you should. No, they're already working on it, I'm sure. Um, Not only public domain, but personal usage. Personal usage, I guess. Personal usage law. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I think they would need to elaborate on the personal usage laws that we currently have in the industry. Um, but I'm just reading this over and over again, the same thing, just to make sure I'm like, it's soaked in so I don't make a mistake and end up regretting it. So there's no copyright protection. It says it may not be eligible. You may not be able to register the song completely, and you may only be able to register the lyrics. In any case, if you made the song while subscribed to Pro, you should be the only person that is allowed to monetize those songs through distributors or other channels. Some distributors exclude songs that are not eligible to copyright for. Yeah, so some distributors exclude songs that are not eligible for copyright protection. So it may be helpful to research several options as well. Okay, that's interesting. So the distributors themselves could take the totem pole and be like, nope, we're not allowing you to distribute AI music. Okay, and they could just block everybody completely. That's doable. I think they could do that. I would, yeah, contact all of the distributors. I would, as the president of the music industry or whatever, or if that's a thing, I would be like, nope, send all of our distributors letters everywhere in the world and let them know that these are the new laws surrounding music related to AI distribution, and they cannot distribute unless this, and this happen. You know what I mean? Um, and I think that is a good way to go. Sorry, I had to stop for a second because I heard something. Refrigerator. It's making noise. Oh. Yeah. So that's good information. I'm happy I actually read this. Um, I think it'd be a lot smarter for the distributors to take the totem pole in that area because I feel like it would be way too much to do to implement new laws that normally take at least a year to sign off on. The quickest thing to fix and nip the bud or to get the process started would be to limit what can be distributed and based off of current laws because if current laws are based off of humans and if then we can utilize the current laws to be like, you know what, this is not human. We're not you can't distribute it unless you can prove number. You have to prove from the whoever if it's AI generated, we need proof that you wrote these lyrics yourself because that's the only way we're going to allow you to distribute it. Because number one, once again, there's no copyright protection unless you actually wrote all the lyrics yourself. So I would say that there would be need to be some type of authentic proof to where someone can prove that they wrote the lyrics themselves, which I think would even be a hard thing to prove because how do you prove that? Like, how could as a distributor, how do I know that you're not lying to me? Like, how could I, even with metadata, like, you know, okay, you know what? Actually, I figured that part out. The AI companies automatically generate their lyrics, so there has to be a database of automatically generated lyrics, right? And have a file with the previous date. Yeah, file with the previous date. Like, yeah, yeah. I suppose that's a good start. I'm thinking leaning more towards the database because the AI they already, hopefully they don't get into distribution because if the AI starts getting into distribution, that's gonna be some shit. That's gonna be some real shit. Because then AI gets smart and be like, well, guess what? Now we want to become our own distributors. Then that's going to be a fucking problem. Because then if the industry goes and puts laws on distribution, and then on the distributors, and AI decides that it wants to go and create, or someone says, you know what, I'm going to take my AI music creation company and now I'm going to create distribute or whatever. Hopefully, they don't see this fucking video and actually do it. Excuse my language, for all the kids. Hopefully, no one's watching that's under 18. Um, that's just my thing, my take on that. Because AI at that point could either recreate the industry or create its own. But even when it comes to distribution, would they? That's a distribution question. Like, how do you block a company from creating its own distribution company? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. At that point, the laws would be necessary because yeah, no. The laws would have to have changed in the industry to prevent that from happening. They need to focus on that. I would focus on distribution laws first, and then work backwards. I feel like if they focused on it from other perspectives first, that they're going to lose time. Um, and that's just my take on that. They're going to lose time. They don't want one of these AI people out here, companies, to create a distribution sector before because then they're going to have to acknowledge they can't just shut them down because they're going to have to, it's power at that point. It's like, nope, it's gotten to the point to where we now have about 16 AI distribution companies and we have more than you now. So what's up? Now we're negotiating. You don't want that, right? You want to create the laws first, focus on the distributors and make it to where, I don't know, like, could someone go and create could they go and create their own, could they do that? Like, and then say that, you know what, we're going to create our own distributors and to where we only allow people to distribute AI through our platforms and their own music. But how would people know if it's their own music? Oh, then they could get to the point to where they're like, you know what? And we're gonna create a special thing to where it easily differentiates between the artists that created their own lyrics versus our generated lyrics to, I don't know. then I think the industry, the challenge would be at that point, the industry would now have to figure out a way to implement a mechanism in their current with their current distributors to also differentiate automatically because they won't have access to the automatically generated AI lyrics to be able to go and know that information. Current distributors wouldn't be able to go into their databases and be like, unless they gave them access to it. If they cut off access, I mean, let me think about that for a minute. Hold on. Some good ass questions. If Okay, so when it comes to the industry, we have our BMI, we have ASCAP, we have all those. We have okay. So whose responsibility would that be at that point if that were to happen? Would it be BMI's responsibility at that point to figure things out, or is it still the distributors? Well, yeah, it would, because that's the only way that someone could actually detect if they were using their music. It would be through the PRO. The PRO would pretty much be the end result control because, well, actually, no. Let's back up. I'm wrong. Wait, no, am I? No. No. That doesn't make sense. Not at all. Um, okay, so now we have our distributor. AI wants to create its own distribution company so it can get away from all the rules that are being put on the current industry distributors. Now it's like, fuck you guys, we're creating our own, and then we're gonna create them quicker because we can create artists way quicker overnight with better music and make them go viral overnight. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, so you can create artists overnight, you can make them go viral overnight, in a way short period of time than it would have taken us. Not only have you done that, now you have leveraged it financially because you're making money off all these views that you took us years to generate, but now you're doing it within like fucking weeks and minutes and shit. Okay, and now you're like, no, we don't want to use your distributors anymore. We want to create our own because you guys won't allow us on your platform, allow our music to be distributed on your platforms, and you're making it difficult for us. So, okay. So how do we still stop them now? Thinking about stopping AI is annoying. I feel like, uh, this is like a mind game. Figuring out how to stop AI from taking over the world, taking over the music industry. Damn. So, at that point, what do you do? Because they can't legally represent themselves in court. You need the CEO of the company. The CEO of the company would have to go back and fight each CEO of those companies. Okay, now it's a CEO battle at that point. Cool, great. Now the companies are fighting for territory of airspace. We'll just leave it at that, airspace. Airtime, I don't know, distribution rights. Okay, we're fighting for distribution rights. Cool. I don't know where I got airtime from. Okay, now we're fighting for distribution rights. Who has the rights to distribute what, and when, and how, and where, and why. Okay, so now we have our human artists that still want to make music, and they don't want to be like pushed under the rug. We're trying to save them from the computer that's doing a way better job, but it's also humans behind those, that being that creation process. So, how do you protect the industry at that point? The distribution rights would need to change. Mechanical licensing laws would also need to change. No, yes, they would have to change to incorporate AI as its own entity. That way it can be sued in court. Because technically it just said that it's not considered human. So because it's not considered human, the laws don't apply. That's a big gray area. That's a huge gray area right there. So if you're telling me that because it was 100% AI generated and it can only be copywritten by the originator of the program that created it to do its job, technically, and technically that person would actually own your song as well, especially if the lyrics were generated 100% AI. That means they own the song and you just have a license right for it. Wait, so do you own the music? Let me go back to the fact page. Did I like? Am I missing something? Because it says you. Okay, let's go and try this. Let me do this one more time. Download audio. Frequently asked questions. Who owns my song after I cancel? Wait, does it own the music? Okay, who owns the music? That's what I want to know one more time. If you subscribe, da da da. You also okay. You are considered the owner of the song if you subscribe. Okay, right. So they have this thing where if you subscribe, but still, what does that mean though? Because that doesn't mean anything. Who owns what part of the song? Okay, you also retain the rights to commercial use for the song. Even if you're using the free version, we retain ownership of the song you generate, but you're allowed to use those songs for non-commercial purposes. So they're saying pretty much that they're giving you ownership as a subscription or as a part of their process. Okay, so pretty much everything that I just talked about was based off of the fact of not having ownership rights, which they clearly give you if you have a subscription. So they give you copyright ownership as well when you do the subscription. Like that's where I'm at right now. Is that what you're saying? Let me figure that out because that's a good question. Okay, let me go back to that fact page because it's really just vague. Can I distribute my songs to? Okay. Songs are covered by commercial use. You distribute songs on Spotify. These songs all you use the content posts have Zoom, but you do yours to help you create your masterpiece. So yeah, pretty much they're saying, yeah, we're giving you 100% ownership rights if you subscribe and create a song with us with our AI. However, we're just asking politely if you let people know to credit us. But pretty much they are, from what I'm understanding, releasing at the time of creation of the subscription. Does Suno own the music I make? Let me go back. Yeah, so that's what it is. But still, that doesn't negate the other law fact of a song being 100% generated by AI to where it. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let me go back to that part. I want to see that part again. Where if the song is, what is commercial or non-commercial use? Who owns the song after I cancel? Do I have copyrights? That's what I want to know. Okay. Oh my God, they have a huge section for this. Okay, copyrights are complex and vary by reason to ensure you have the most up-to-date information. We should just blah, blah, blah. Okay, it is important to know that there's a difference between, I read this before, ownership and copyrights. Okay, it is often said that if you come up with something on your own, you automatically assume the rights to it. In music, there are several other factors that help determine the rights before ownership. Relating to Suno, if you make the music with the basic free plan, Suno is the owner of the song. Okay, well, great. If you make the song while subscribed, you own the song. You own the songs. Further, you are granted a commercial use license to monetize those songs. Why are you granting me a commercial use license if I own the song? If you said I'm a member, I own the song. You shouldn't be giving me a license if I own the song. Right? You are granted a commercial use license to monetize those songs. In both cases, however, the material may not be eligible for copyright protection in both cases, right? In the U.S., copyright laws protect the materials created by human music made 100% with AI would not qualify for copyright protection because a human did not write the lyrics or the music. Writing the prompt does not constitute the creation of the song. If you wrote the lyrics for your songs, you own those lyrics. Most of the copyright offices will. Okay, cool. So those laws still apply. Okay, cool, great. So that kind of works, I guess. So at least we figured that out. Who's being sued for copyright infringement? Oh, what's up, Jay? I remember you. I think you changed your profile picture. Jay Reezy. Yeah, you did change your profile picture. I think you did. Did you change your profile picture? Who's being sued? Suno? They're being sued for copyright infringement. Why would they be sued for copyright? Are you talking about Suno? Because that's what I'm talking about. Right now we're having this, we're researching or debating about how we can save the music industry. Yeah, tell me about the what you're talking about though, about the getting sued part. It's so fucking late right now. This just like, God, this so just kind of discouraged me from. Well, like no, it made me now I feel 10 times better. Okay, well yeah, tell me what are you talking about? Um, Samuel just helped me get through my anxiety of like whether or not I'm gonna use AI to, God, work with my music. Fuck my life. Oh my God, my back, bro. My back, bro. Oh shit. My back hurts so bad. Okay. I think I should just get some sleep. I think I'm gonna go to bed now. They're being sued for copyright infringement. I don't even have any clothes to wear tomorrow. Sucks. So you mean that? Wait a minute. I figured it was doing this. Wait a minute. This is so you're saying that like my song that I hope this shit didn't just fucking take my song and like I'm gonna sue them too. Oh God, you're saying that my song that I just uploaded because I uploaded my song. You're saying that because it registered my song and it's gonna use my song to teach its AI how to create other music like it to help it generate more music for people. I mean, is that what it is? I mean, I could see it's gonna use my music to teach itself how to create more music like mine to generate music whenever people. All right, can you find it for me? And now I wanna. How long is her video? I don't wanna like. If how long is it? Because I don't wanna spend like 30 minutes watching a video about a lawyer talking about suing Suno AI lawsuit. Let me see. Suno AI just lawsuit. Everything just changed 1 month ago. There is one. Does she have red hair? Suno responded to our class action. Um, there's one person with red hair talking about this. AI music just got regulated BMI and ASCAP 9 days ago. Oh, there's a. How long is this? Okay, there's a 10-minute video. I think I can do 10 minutes. Okay.
Imagine being able to build anything.
Okay, I can
Just
do
by
10 minutes.
thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
So she's.
ASCAP, BMI, SOCAN, they've come out in a joint statement that we're going to read together, and they're changing their rules on AI music. Now, what was
I knew
interesting
it.
to me
Didn't I
is
say
they talk
that?
about how it works for registering to collect performance royalties. If your music was created in conjunction with AI, we're going to go through that. And I'm also going to give you kind of like the 101 run through
Cool.
on how this works. That's just important. Okay, so if you're new here, you're excited, hit that like button. But more importantly, they took it upon themselves to actually address what we're suing over right now against AI companies, but they addressed lawsuits against AI companies and their position on the, as we allege, taking of music without authorization for training AI. So let's take a peek at their statement. The three big boys say today they announced that they have adopted policies to accept registrations of musical compositions partially generated with AI. We're going to talk about what that looks like. The works can now be registered directly with the individual societies, while an increasing number of AI tools are training their models in an ethically responsible manner that respects the rights of human creators. The three PROs emphasize their firm position that AI technology, companies ingesting and training models on copyrighted musical works without permission from compensation for or credit to creators is not fair use, but theft. Coming out with
All right,
some,
that's
some
cool.
real
I appreciate
spicy
that.
wording there, right? So in other words,
Now I'm trying to
as we
see
have
what.
alleged against Suno and
I'm gonna
Udio,
turn it up so you
taking,
can hear it.
songs that don't belong to you and using them without compensation, without credit, as now ASCAP, BMI, SOCAN are all saying it's not fair use, and in fact, it is theft. So they go on though in the
Right.
statement to talk about how they
This was
are
9
in
days
support
ago.
of not just like government legislation that is coming down the pipeline to try to address this, but they also specifically talk about pending lawsuits. So they're advocating for the enforcement of strong copyright laws, defending the rights of music creators, ongoing debates in US, Canada. All
Yeah, I
three
know.
PROs have endorsed meaningful AI legislation, supported lawsuits filed
Yeah,
on
with the
behalf
red
of
hair.
music
She got red
creators
hair.
against the illegal use of their work by AI companies
Hold
around
on, I'm
the
gonna let
globe
you
and
look
weighed
at it.
in on AI policy. So I'm gonna take that to mean I'm gonna be getting a call here real
Hold
soon.
on.
ASCAP, BMI, and SOCAN in support of our class action lawsuits against Suno and Udio. I am looking forward to those phone calls. Now, what does this mean? Let's go through it. A performance rights organization is the society that you sign up with. You need to pick one. You don't have to go with everyone, okay? You pick one, and then this is the organization that collects your performance royalties, which is only one type of royalty that you get to collect for your music. There is streaming royalties from, let's say, Spotify, right? Those get paid to your music distributor. There, of course, are
Wait,
non-deducted
so.
video streams, essentially, that you will get through sound exchange for the master.
All right. So, okay. I just figured out something. So, what if someone creates the AI 100% whatever, but they don't distribute it? However, their goal is to make money. Now, that's a game. That's another thing. So, this still is a problem. What like, what if like, what if social media itself becomes music distributors? You know, and like, what if like the I don't know like AI people like bump it. Fuck it. Well, y'all want to do that to us? Okay, cool. Well, we're already going viral on all platforms already. Whenever people release our, content or whatever, so we'll just, keep that route about it. There wouldn't be nothing that you could do. Most of the videos that I've seen of AI, this is what I'm going to tell you, is why I'm thinking this. Most of the videos that I've seen of AI, music artists or whatever have been me scrolling. I've not went and listened to the music on Spotify or anything like that. So that's just one avenue of making money with music. What I'm trying to say is, what stops a person from releasing that music on social media with the intention, excuse me, of getting millions of views to have $7,000 to do whatever with? Does that make sense? So I don't see the importance of a distributor at that point. Why would a distributor be important if you already have a secure way of going viral, um, for example, creating a YouTube channel, you can go and create a YouTube channel, and people use YouTube for their music. I can go on YouTube Music right now and look at people's personal channels and or any whatever and just and play music from my YouTube. So what stops people from generating more money than the average artist and still being able to distribute their music via social media platforms versus traditional distributors and still being able to succeed in that way? Because then I feel that if that is the case, and then in the future there's going to be no need for music distributors. I feel like social media platforms will just partner up directly with Spotify, directly with Apple, directly with, and I feel like that would just be a better thing for them. I feel like it would generate more money for the social media platforms. I'm not saying that they should. God, I hope no one's listening to any of this and taking notes to go and change the future of the world based off of anything that I'm saying. That would be depressing. It's not going to be my fault if these things happen, but I'm just logically thinking. I mean, just come on, think about it, right? So, if you knew that you could create something to allow people to generate artificial intelligent music or whatever, and all of these things were happening, BMI and AppsCap were like, you know what, we're going to block you guys because we control the distributors. And then what if AI was like, you know what, we're going to just say AI as if it's just a separate thing, even though we know it's a CEO that created a program that's helping people. We're just going to treat it like it's its own brain or person, right? So let's say AI comes back and it's like, you know what? Screw you. We control social media now anyway. Um, when our videos go viral, people just like listen right away, and we go viral quicker than you. We make more money than you when we post on social media, whatever. What if it gets to that point to where, you know, they just cut out like DistroKid and out like Ditto, and they just cut out ASCAP and cut out BMI from their algorithm, because at that point they won't really need BMI as they won't really need the distributors. I mean, think about that. I I don't care about distributing my. I wouldn't care. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If that's the case, then I just go and release my stuff on TikTok, stay focused on social media, and watch the money roll in. What's the difference? What would be the difference? I'm just trying to figure that out at that point. What would be the difference of distributing your music and making the only difference would be money. But from what I understand, social media and monetizing things on social media, um, you don't need Spotify to monetize things. You don't. That's just me. That's a specific route of money. That means that distributors in the future could possibly be going. They're probably going to just be losing thousands of dollars, and they're going to be cut out of the picture at some point because they're not going to be needed anymore. Social media itself is going to be the powerhouse behind music in terms of how how much money a person's going to make. I don't need to go, like I said, what would be the point? There's so many artists out there, right? What would be the point if everyone's trying to eat and make money off of their music? And they knew that distributing, like even for non-AI generated content, but what if AI started, what if this generation of people got to this, mentality of thinking and said, let's just make this a thing to where we just make it a thing. And artists kind of jumped in the bandwagon. Facebook could go and create their own music profile section for people to where it, just lists their music. Instagram could go and do the same thing. Um, they could all bond together as social media platforms and say we want to create social just I don't know, call it social distrib or I don't know. Just imagine if the main social media companies got together, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, They all got together. They're already together in a sense, because if you post a song, when it comes to monetizing, they can search content and when it comes to sounds, right? So they already have that, right? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the social media platforms that are actually in control of that, not ASCAP and BMI. They just have partnerships with the social media platforms to be like, hey, this is how music works now, and people's musics are going viral on your platform, and normally it's us that control your money, and and so we're still doing that, but we just need to let you know that this is our domain and what we created. So can we partner up? I think that's what happened at some point, and then they were like, oh, okay, sure. What, you want people to know when a song is being played in a video or something? It's like, were you going to tell us how to do that? Because we already were doing it, by the way. Or what do you want? Huh? Because we don't really need you. So, oh, you're distributors from, and this is what you've been doing for. Okay, cool. So, and you made this in, you made the industry that way. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll partner with you. Just because you made the music industry, pretty much. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna run shit. Okay, we're gonna partner with you. All right, we're still monetizing other stuff over here. We don't really care about your music, So I feel like that's the conversation that would be had between the industry professionals, the top companies. Like, okay, um, that conversation would be needed, because I feel like social media at that point, like, would just take over. Like, you wouldn't need your distributors. When I listen to music, I go to YouTube. When other people listen to music, nowadays, and when they're scrolling, it's either YouTube or social media. So, um, and I don't even go and download or add any of the music to my phone. I don't go back on my Spotify and be like, hey, let me go listen to this. No, I go back to my social media platform, wherever I originally first heard the song. If I do want to listen to the song on repeat for whatever reason, and I'm lazy about it, I'll go on YouTube, which is mostly what people do nowadays. And even then, if I can't find the song on Spotify or somewhere, I'll go and figure it out. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you have so many free places where you can post your music, like SoundCloud and like those other places. So what stops this process? Because monetization is monetization, and these social platforms have their own system for monetization. BMI, ASCAP, and other PROs are just outside guys that are just trying to still stay alive, pretty much, in the music industry, or the music industry is progressing and transforming. So I would say YouTube, if you're watching, if you're the CEO of YouTube, I would create YouTube University or YouTube Music University or something, or YouTube Distributor, or I don't know, and make it to where people can distribute their music directly onto YouTube, right? And in the same way that where they could use DistroKid, and then YouTube would further take their music and distribute it to the other social media platforms, and not just that, and to like Amazon Prime, to Spotify, and to those people. However, those guys would still have contracts with the PROs, right? So they could say, Spotify could be like, no, YouTube, we're not going to allow you to put these videos or these songs on our platform. However, we'll let you put these because our PROs told us that we can't do that, right? So, yeah, it's going to get fucking wicked. I'm going to tell you how wicked's going to get with AI. Let's just say on social media, you you get really a big following, right? Wait, yeah, okay, right. So you get a big following with okay, I'm following you. I got you. So you get a big following with AI. Okay, what? And then what happens? There'll be a big possibility that they take your content, put it into. Okay, wait. They'll take your content, put it into their AI. They make your voice and likeness without your permission. Whole page on Spotify or whatever company that they work with. Okay, so that part, I think that's self-explanatory. Taking someone's likeness and making an AI out of another person, and then using them, I think that that's not cool. However, creating an AI that does not exist, like an avatar, however, I think people have been already doing that anyway. So, but of course, yeah, no, going and what you're gonna get AI. Let's say you get really big following, right? And possibly they can take your content, put it into their AI, mimic your voice, so without your permission, make it. And people are already doing that. People are already taking people's videos and reposting it and trying to make it theirs and everything. But I don't know. It's a lot to think about. I'm happy I learned what I learned this evening to know, I guess, better and to know that there are laws already and things that are happening. Right, right. No, ASCAP and BMI, they're gonna eventually, I feel, they're gonna eventually lose their power because, like I said, they pretty much are begging social media, the social media industry to stay relevant, and they see that social media pretty much has taken over the music industry when it comes to distributing, when it comes to people making money. I don't need to go to a label anymore to say, hey, give me money for my music. Nope. Post, boom, viral, $7,000. Okay, bye, bitches. You know what I mean? Excuse my language, but hey, that's pretty much where we are. Like, we don't need you anymore. So why would you once again go and distribute your song with DistroKid, knowing that it'll just sit there, no one to know who you are, blah blah blah, when you can do it all in one place, distribute your song, post it, make money immediately, know you're gonna get seen, and just be chilling. Who cares if someone goes and adds it directly to their phones at that point? I don't care. They're playing it over and over again on social media, and I just made $10,000. Do I care if they? No. If that's how they want to listen to it, it's on YouTube. Boom, great. Now it's on YouTube. If they want to go and listen to the whole song, they can just go right to YouTube or SoundCloud. Speaking of Spotify, it's also contracts where they have AI taking music off of there and making it their own music where the person doesn't make any money off of it. Okay, wait, go back. Okay. Speaking of Spotify, is also having contracts where they taking music off of their platform and making it their own. All right, so I'm on it. So what you're saying is Spotify pretty much is going to take music down that's already posted that it's completely AI generated. That would make sense. That if that would make sense if they just cut AI out completely. I'm like, nope, we can only accept original content, and if it's AI generated, you're getting removed or banned. Then I could see that as working out completely. If that were the case, it I feel if you give them a little bit of room, saying, "Hey, you have to credit the AI," it's too much room. Just no, no, and no, because then you're gonna have to eventually go back to where you didn't want to be at, which is allowing that to happen. If that makes any sense. There's a fly. I want to kill it. Come here. Come here. Oh my God, is it dead? Yes, it's dead. Oh, it was just flying and it was bothering me. Your music where they can do it. Yeah, yeah. So I think I'm happy with what I just read. So I would say if I'm going to make AI music, don't distribute it, only post it on social media, which is probably why. Did Timberland distribute? I think you said Timberland did distribute. Someone said if Timberland distributed the songs that he posted by the I would imagine he's getting sued right now, right? Yeah, no, I think, well, no, you can't sue someone for posting. you can only go and remove the music. So I guess he's just gonna have to wait until they remove his music. Or, but how would they be able to detect if it's AI generated? They would have to partner up with the companies that created the AI, because they would not be able, there would be no detection method there. Only those, yeah, there'd be no detection. I don't know. So I'm assuming that Suno is already registered with ASCAP and BMI, and whenever someone creates a song with them, they somehow automatically have a way of creating a work for it and registering the works with them automatically. And then when someone, I guess, creates a subscription, whatever, they have a way of once again having the automatic works thing happening in the background to where it's registered. I don't know. Um, that way they can detect if their songs are being used without their permission, in terms of if someone registers with them or if they don't, which would make a lot of sense. So Suno is working directly with BMI and ASCAP in order to make, which would make a lot of sense. Okay, so if Suno is working with them in order for the detection process to happen, does this mean they're also working with social media as well? Like, who runs the detection process? Like, who connects all of that together to where I post the music on this platform and, like, they know, you know? That's a good question. And if it's ASCAP and BMI, then that gives them the power. Because now they're like, nope, we control this. But even then, even if they controlled it, still, someone could still say, we don't care about you guys distributing. We're already making our money. We're gonna just post on the platforms directly, get the money from the views, provide them the music via YouTube, and go from there. It just cuts them out of the picture, you know? Even if they went and created and changed laws and things like that, like even if Spotify and BMI had all these, it still won't help them. They would have to go and purchase Facebook, purchase Instagram, or contact them and say, hey, we want to partner with you, or hey, we want to negotiate with you. And at that point, they could be like, nope, F you, we're fine, we don't need your help, we already are connected together anyway with our, algorithm music thing, whatever. And I think in the future, you know, BMI and ASCAP aren't going to be used anymore to monetize. They'll just be used to register works. And they won't, I just think it's going to change the industry completely. And if you are really taking my advice to really know what's going to happen in the future, if you believe anything that I'm saying, just believe that I pray a lot. And when it's not just me saying these things, like I'm logically thinking about the future. So hopefully you are too. And hopefully you also agree with some of the things that I talked about and that I'm, talking about right now in terms of what could possibly happen with the industry. But as I said, there's not going to be any need for BMI or ASCAP or Sonoco or any of them at that point, because Facebook, Instagram, and every social media platform they're already organized. It's like they don't need them. It's like two separate industries that are trying. You got one industry that's still trying to be relevant, and it's like, no, Facebook has Facebook TV, I think now, YouTube TV, Instagram. It's like, think about this: Instagram Music now, Facebook Music. They don't need Spotify. They don't need. People will just go directly to Facebook to listen to their music. They'll go directly to YouTube, which is what they've been doing. Are they going to want to change? They probably won't even care. So, yeah. I'm gonna smoke one more, and then I'm gonna head to bed. Oh shit! Oh god, I almost spilled it. Damn it. Yeah. Those are my thoughts. I've not done my interview like I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do an interview this weekend for the song that I wrote. This is just. I needed to sit here and do all of this, and just because I didn't want to make the wrong choice and go and create an AI song and then get excited about it and think that I was doing the right thing. And I'm still honestly thinking about it. I'm still thinking about, I might not go and distribute the music, but I go and create, excuse me, hold on, let me finish rolling this before I read that. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'll go and so based off of what I just read, because of what I just read, I feel that this protects me and my music as an artist if because of these things that they're doing right now. I feel a lot more comfortable with this AI situation. Not that I feel comfortable with it, but I feel more like, okay, if you guys are gonna do this, then that's great. It still leaves AI in the creator space sector to where it doesn't cross over into the music space. And even if people get to the point to where they're creating AI music and releasing it on social media, which is what they're gonna do, and still make money, I guess it still has some kind of balance there in terms of letting people know who's a real artist and who's not. Meaning they know that if they go and listen to Spotify music, that there's not going to be any AI on there or any platforms where you listen to your music, for that matter. So you got to think about it. If it gets to the point where these people get frustrated and they're like, nope, we want to hear our music on a platform somewhere, and social media companies have to meet that demand, and they see, okay, they can't listen to their AI music on Spotify. Wait, we have an idea. Let's create our own music platforms for our users. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that at some point. So as I said, for the future, for our distribution companies, if you work for a distribution company, I'm actually gonna post this video. I wasn't, but just because I know I don't have the rights to the music that I played earlier, I'm definitely gonna post it now. Because I don't have rights to the music, obviously, as we see. I didn't create a subscription with Suno, so whatever you heard, they own it, and the copyrights, as they stated clearly on their website. So I'm gonna let you guys listen to it. I'm gonna post this video just so you guys can see it. I think it'll be educational. I'm getting tired. I'm smoking so much. I'm not even getting done. Look at this. I'm still not tired. Um, mm. All right. So if anything, contact. If anything, I would just open up my own website for my own music because streaming's been a big thing so far. Hopefully, it doesn't get too saturated over the years, but it's never too late to put yourself out there in that way, right? I agree. That's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking as it would be a good way to put myself out there, but I don't want to become known as an AI. So I have a company. It's not like anything big, but I don't want to become known as a AI production company. I know I need to get some sleep. You can see it in my face, right? I don't want to become known as an AI production company. I don't want to become known as that. So, but it makes me feel a lot better just after going through this whole thing because now I'm like, okay, cool. I can still write my music. I can still distribute my music. People aren't going to confuse my music with AI generated music. The music industry is going to have regulations to where you can't even post AI generated music. So this is what I'm going through in my mind as I'm trying to go to bed. And all I can say is it's good that it feels good to know. It feels good to know that they're doing something about these things. So, no, I will not be going and creating an AI song with Suno or any other platform from based off of what I've learned this evening. Um, will I create a AI um, artist to do my songs? I will not use AI music generator, but I will go and use like those AI image generators to create like an image of an artist that I want to sing my songs for me with, yeah, with my own beats. And but I'd still be weary about using the AI platforms to help in that process because it seems like they're going to own a portion of whatever I'm doing, and that's not cool. So I just think I'm gonna stick to creating an avatar for artists that I'm gonna, you know, and as a production company, I think that that would be cool to create like virtual artists, or AI artists, um, without the participation of music creation, just like visual stuff. you know, the music creation stuff I think I'd keep in the background. Yeah, like for my music videos and for my artists, I'd just record my music as normal. Um, and I'm so happy I read all of that because now I'm not excited about doing it anymore. That's awesome. I know this sounds stupid, but whatever. I just feel good about not making a mistake and, like I said, getting excited to create an AI song, releasing it, and be like, oh shit. And if I do, because I do want to go and create an AI, you know, 100% AI thing, whatever. But I just release it on social media, and I just do it purposely, just to get a whole bunch of views, just to generate money. And I would leave in the captions and let people know that, hey, this is an AI generated. I would let people know in the captions that like what it was. That way they won't get like the wrong idea. And I even also leave like some education or a little snippet that, by the way, so AI can only be distributed on social media platforms and not. I don't know. I just leave something like a disclaimer or something like that. But it would just be like for fun, and in terms of my label and growing my label, it'd be a way to generate money for the label. And if in the future, like I said, you can't post AI on music platforms, and even if social media comes up with its own AI or with its own distribution situation, I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot wrong in the right way to use AI, like making beats, and you need to a female vocalist to use AI. I think we would be totally fine since it's not infringing on anything copyright. Since the people that should their voice it, yeah, glad I can help you make up your mind. But no, yo, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. No, I agree with you. I appreciate that because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, well, I want to create my label. I can't find artists. I don't have, literally can't. And I don't want to deal with other people in the industry when it comes to finding an artist and creating a label. I write great music. I love my music. And I don't want to get mixed up with the fake this and the fake that. So I'm just like, how do I keep myself separated? So that's why I was saying, I agree with you. Like, I would just, I would use AI to find a voice and an artist and put it to my music and my beats. You know, that's what I was thinking. That would be my angle. And then on the side, yeah, I would post 100% AI like songs, but I feel like it would just be on social media, and it would be with disclaimers like, hey, this is just being done for fun, X, Y, and Z. If you want to listen to some real music, head over, check out this artist. Or I don't know. I was even thinking of having the AI do covers of my original music. You know what I mean? That's already distributed. I don't know. Like, I'm really thinking about this. I want to do it like tomorrow, and seeing that this thing just generated a song within a matter of seconds, and it says that I can use it. I'm just, for this part, yes, I'm looking for a way to generate money and to establish myself somehow as in the industry, right? But I'm not trying to use this as a way to, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what I wanted to say. I just know what I just said, and I agree with what you just said, and I'm still just trying to figure out if it's a good idea, and there's a lot of anxiety behind that. So, but I think it's safe to say that yes, it is a good idea to create a character of an artist that you want, either of yourself or of, a character that's not anyone else. Just like if you were to create a Pixar movie or something, and if you got original music already, which is completely acceptable, then all you're creating is an image at that point. You're just creating an image. You're not using AI to create your music. Your music, you know what I mean? So that's what I want to do. I want to just use AI to create my artists and to help me get a voice put to my songs. Not that I don't want to hire regular artists or work with other artists, but I do feel like that would be a way to open that door up for me to work with other artists. I tried doing country music for fun. I sent it to a couple of friends of mine, and they got excited. The song was good. Really? I would love to hear your song. I tried country as well. I would love to hear it. Definitely can you inbox me your song? Or I can look it up. Like, God, I fucking need to get some sleep. And I need to wash a shirt too, because I have no clothes. So I have to wash one of my shirts by hand in the sink, which I'm totally fine with, but let me do that, because like it's like 4 right now. I gotta wake up at 8. I gotta go to court and stuff tomorrow. I already did what I needed to do, so okay. Yeah, I gotta actually go to court and sue somebody tomorrow. I tried doing country, but I can't sing for shit. Did you use auto tunes to create your song? Hopefully you did. And I mean, think about that. That's like when it comes, they even now have AI to where it can actually engineer your music. How do you feel about that? Like, where it can take someone's voice that sounds like nothing and turn it into this beautiful, where it's still that person's voice. Like, does that still branch over into the AI generation sector in terms of what shouldn't be allowed and what, you know what I mean? I feel like that's okay, actually. That's just like, no, that's just like having an AI engineer with you all the time. I feel like that's fine. It's still your voice, you just have an AI engineer. And I feel like it would be the same thing with a character. If you want to create an avatar and create your own group of avatars or a band, even, like I said, it's okay as long as the music is yours and you're, you know. But if you go and decide that you want to create a 100% generated AI music video and a whole bunch of other stuff, like, uh, just do it on social media. Don't distribute it. Don't go inside here. Because that's not an artist that can actually go and perform in public and be in, you know what I mean? And even if there is a movie that's created with AI music in it and it's like distributed, which it can be from what we've, whatever, just whatever, man. It is what it is. The world's going to be what it's going to be in the future. I'm just living in it. But no, I'm going to get some sleep right now. It's 3:48, and I really appreciate talking to you. Really appreciate the advice. Hopefully you like my music. Definitely send me your country song. Can you inbox me though? Yeah, I'd never use. Well, I'm lying. I use auto tune sometimes, depending on if I want my music to sound a certain way. But most of the time, I don't use auto tunes. So if you go and listen to all of my music right now, most of it's not with auto tunes. Mm. I only have two, like one disco song I did with auto tunes, and like the country song I use auto tunes with. Yeah, my country song I definitely use auto tunes with, but I didn't really have to, but I did a little bit. But the country song definitely got auto tunes. Okay, because I was like, I don't sound country enough. That auto tune definitely made me sound country enough, but I am preparing for bed. I have a long day tomorrow. I'm gonna be jumping back on the road tomorrow for more music stuff, and we'll see where that goes. But yeah, if an AI can't perform a song physically, then that still leaves room for other people in the music industry, because people still want to go to concerts. People still want that. And now the question is in the future, are we going to have AI concerts, so where people go like a movie theater, so where it's not the physical person and they're just watching AI on the screen like a movie? That's the future. All right, time for bed. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I appreciate you, Jay Reezy. Totally different. Wait, what? What's the name of your song? You still haven't said the name of your song. Is it like on Spotify? Easy is totally different compared to AI. AI totally different compared to AI. Just use a tool. AI has the potential to take someone's. Yeah. I know. And then I don't agree with that. Like, because as an artist, you better not be using AI a lot for your voice because wait till it's time for you to perform and you can't sing and they be like, oh, you can't sing. You know, like you're gonna be the one sitting there wishing that you didn't use AI. All right, let me put this here. I'm getting ready for bed, y'all. I'm getting ready for bed. I have a shirt that I have to wash, but no, it was a good conversation this evening. I'm actually gonna post this video. It's a 2-hour video. And if you sit here and watch this video in the future, after it's recorded and posted for the whole 2 hours, please subscribe. I really appreciate you. That means we love each other. And yeah, check out some of my music. And hopefully you enjoyed the conversation about, you know, my thoughts in terms of using AI and just all that good stuff. To recap, in terms of what we talked about, getting tired, I can't even say that. Yeah, no, using and posting and distributing music in terms of 100% AI, I would not recommend, even though you can currently do it. I would just say stick to social media because as an artist, it will probably mess up your career in the future where people are constantly connecting you to, you know, to that. And if you can prove and show a track record of you not releasing AI music or distributing it for that matter and just posting it on social media, I think that'd be a lot better. That's more like gaming in a way, you know? Like, yeah, I feel like that'd be okay because people would look at it, they'd see the difference. Like, no, he started his career out by posting like AI music on like social media, making money from it, and then started creating his own music. That I feel is a better. I sent it through Gmail. Oh yeah, you can see my username on Gmail. That's weird because if you see the person's username, that means that, right? That means you can email, like, yeah, yeah, you can do that. Um, that's cool. You can, if you want, you can just if you go to my page, you should see my links there. Or, yeah. And definitely, man, I appreciate this whole conversation. I have to wash my shirt in the sink right now. I really don't want to do. Let me go get my shirt. All right, yeah, I gotta wash this white shirt. Um, yeah, but it was nice chatting with you. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I love this place. I like YouTube. I get to make friends on here. um, yeah, man, the future's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be like super famous one day, and I have to like prepare for that. So I need to like get this all figured out because one of my producers told me recently. What the fuck was that? One of my producers told me recently that I should use AI, like for my music videos, to where I make an AI version of myself. Is that me? And then weird. This house is weird. I think there's cats. Oh God, there's cats that live in the attic here. I'm not lying to you. I'm gonna come back and talk about that later. My sister has cats that live in her attic. Guys, oh my God. There are literally cats in the attic. That could be a nice like title for a movie, Cats in the Attic. Anyway, I gotta go. Nice chatting with you. And I'll see you guys later. Get some sleep. It's late. All right. I'll see you later, Jay Reezy. Thanks for the chat. All right.